I'm gonna definitely say I'll park there for a second.
Not fiction, said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with the slate, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she trying to grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots ahead and past my limit. Here you go. Passes with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see him like I bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. Way I'm tripping this around. I realize I had to.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 218 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Nears and special guest Mike Spanos and Jay Hollywood. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in to the live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. You want to do that intro again?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Psychotic and Iconic episode. I'm not sure, but we're in for another one. 218.
I fuck it up every time, so it don't even matter.
218.
All right, let's get into it because we got a lot of shit to talk about and a lot of shit on
it's
here.
Like a throwback radio voice right there.
I like that.
I love
it.
That.
Is.
Love it. Fire.
Jay Hollywood.
I want to talk about fantasy football. I want to start there. Nick, give me somebody this year so far that you're impressed by and disappointed in.
All right, so I'm impressed by Nico Collins. I mean, he's a certified number one. And Malik Neighbors, too, as well. I mean, those guys, dude, like, I didn't see Nico Collins being number one, especially with Diggs there, with Tank Dell. And then they had Mixon, but Mixon got hurt. So Nico stepped up. Man, like, he's a monster.
Yeah, it was funny when he went down. I went and Googled who his backup was, and I saw Cam Akers, and I'm like, I would rather come in fourth place I would rather come in last place 4 times in a row than pick up Cam Akers.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
I had enough of Cam Akers.
I started Cam Akers.
Disappointed in Mark Andrews. I mean, bro, he's droppable. Like, yeah, we're talking about a guy that was a top 3 tight end year in and year out, and now like he don't even deserve to be on your fantasy roster. He's not even going to put up a point.
He's truly.
I mean, he's not even targeted. Nothing. I mean. Like Isaiah Likely really took over the role. So
he's a blocker now.
Well, we saw that.
Exactly.
We saw that last year at the end. Like Isaiah Likely took off 2 touchdowns and I think 4 different games. I mean, the guy was going absolutely bonkers.
But is he washed? Like I don't
know.
They're just using him.
He dropped that pass like early on in the game, and then they never went to him again. So like that was kind of telling. But at the same time, it's like
I think
I
he
don't
could serve
know.
as like a George Kittle type, like been in the league. No, he's a veteran status.
I don't know, man. Kittle's balling this year. Though.
Kittle is balling, but Kittle's a blocking tight end. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The problem is Andrews right now is just blocking.
Right.
But for me, I'm surprised you didn't say him because you tried to pick up Wicks last night. I'm most impressed by Jaden Reed.
Oh, yeah.
He's the number 4 ranked wide receiver.
Yeah,
Jaden Reed. Like I mean, I thought he would be good, but I didn't think he would be top 5 like that.
Yeah.
And then for disappointment, dude, Mark Andrews was a good one, but also Laporta and Ayuk.
Ugh.
Ayuk is ranked 61st.
I have Laporta trash.
He was 14th last year. Ayuk is horrible this year.
There really isn't that many good tight ends.
It's weird.
Even if you had Kelsey, not really doing anything.
Kincaid's killing me right now. I thought he would be like I thought he was gonna.
That's another.
My bold take, honestly, was I thought he was gonna lead the league in touchdowns for tight ends. I thought double digits, and I've just like have been not way off. It's just I didn't expect the offense of the Bills to turn that much into like James Cook era because because like the ball's not really in Josh Allen's hands. He's not throwing 25, 30 times a game. So that's where, I kind of missed on Kincaid, but he's been decent, just not what I thought.
All right.
Yeah, the tight ends have been really disappointing.
Garrett Wilson's another one.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Who's yours?
I think my surprising player of the year, and I took him in my auction league for $3 because nobody wanted him. But I'll give you a reason why I took him for $3. Sam fucking Darnold, dude.
Damn.
Stud.
Wow.
Yo,
this year at least.
Mathematics behind it, though, if you're going to draft like anybody on your team, let's say you can't get Justin Jefferson, you missed the draft. It's like if you actually believed he was going to do what he was going to do, why are you not, if you can't project like to a bigger player like say Patty Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and it's like you fall with Sam Darnold. It's like, well, you still fall with the value of Justin Jefferson.
Right.
So I took that value along with Baker. So both of them right now are kind of on my up and up. It's like nobody saw that.
You basically bought the Vikings offense. That's kind of what you did.
And even in like
bit.
snake drafts too, because Jefferson was slipping a little bit because people were right about
second
that.
round in mine.
And mine too.
Financially.
And my thing is like when I see it, I'm like, damn, because the people that got him in the second round, the value that they're getting out of that pick now, because Darnold decided he wanted to learn how to play football.
Hold on, real quick. I don't think that was it. We saw Darnold play for the Jets and the Panthers.
He was horrible.
Right. Just think of those two teams for a
Oh,
quick
I know what
second.
you're saying.
Like,
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks do you think that were drafted high in the top 5 to 10 get ruined because they just go to shitty situations?
Right.
You know
Probably
what I mean?
6, 7 out of
And then
10.
their confidence is shot a lot of times too, so they don't get to fix it.
For example, Bryce Young.
No, he just sucks. Dude.
No, I mean, I agree. I mean,
But they
I
said
agree
that
on
about
too.
Darnold too. That they said the same shit. Like they had the
Right,
same
right,
reaction
right.
about
Almost-
Darnold, bro. They
right.
did.
He was
They
supposed
did.
to
And
be.
Baker too,
I
as
was just
well.
gonna say
Like,
that.
and like after a couple years, after shit went south in Cleveland, people had the same reaction about Baker.
Geno
And
Smith.
Geno Smith is another one. That's a great example. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's can Zach Wilson turn it around in somewhere else? I don't know. Like, it makes you wonder though.
Right.
Wait, I have my disappointing player though. I wanted to get it off the board now. Disappointing fantasy player. And he's got a couple numbers behind him, but he's just disappointing, like a fucking little roach.
Can I guess?
Go ahead, please.
CJ Stroud.
No.
Okay.
Although
That's a good one.
that
CJ
is-
Stroud has not been what his price
He was
tag
supposed
was
to be
in
like the
drafts.
guy this year. Yeah.
I got my guy. Jalen fucking Hurts.
I got my
Oh yeah.
Disappointment. He is literally Cam Newton 2.0. Please argue it. Really, he is Cam Newton
I don't want
2.0.
I would
He had his
argue-
year.
I don't want
I would
It's
argue
tough, you
you're
can't.
giving him too much credit.
to.
Well,
Well, no, I mean he's right though. They went to the Super Bowl. They both lost.
but look how Cam played the Super Bowl. He had a crazy rock star year, went there, played his heart out, got his ass chewed up.
Right.
Hurts put his heart on the team, the year, everything, did crazy fucking numbers that whole time, gets to the Super Bowl, loses on some bullshit. It's like psychologically, it's like it's almost really tough to go, wait, I just gave everything and lost on a penalty. It's like I got to do that again to get back. Like I just think he was kind of like written in the stars. He was going to fall off. Like it's tough to get there. Look at Joey, look at
that's
Joe
not
Burrow.
good. That's not good though, because then
Joe
your
Burrow,
quarterback's
too.
mentally weak.
Speaking of falling off though, Jay, I want to talk about the Cowboys.
Oh,
20-15 last Thursday. What do you think about that? Because I have my theory on it, but it might sound more Cowboys hater, even though I am. I'm also a truth teller.
right, right.
So you have to
Okay.
remember that there is that in there.
Truth
But
teller.
you
Okay.
can't be impressed by them.
No. But what are we talking about right now? Are we talking about the overall Cowboys or the game? Like, what are we
Overall
talking?
team.
Overall team. Like, what are your
Like-
thoughts 4 weeks through the season?
Like, what's their
God.
ceiling? Like, where do you think like they can end up like towards the end of the season? Do you think they're a playoff team? Do you think they're a Super Bowl team? If they make a couple of
Absolutely not.
trades,
Absolutely not.
They're
are
gonna
they a
blue
couple
ball you?
pieces away from a Super Bowl? Like, can they make an in-season trade where they can get over that hump? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I think if anybody that paid attention to like last season or like right after the season ended, you saw a lot of like media going over Dallas. It just wasn't good. You see Micah Parsons with his own podcast talking against the team. It's kind of like, what the fuck are you doing over there?
Having Eagles on this week.
Right.
Dude,
it
that
just-
made me so
that's
mad.
a lot of
bro.
it's just-
crazy.
That's so corny, dude.
So to me, it's like there's no dog in Dallas. It's dollars. It's dollars, not dogs over there. So at the end of the day, like these people are in business.
I like that.
Yo,
Yeah.
Jerry, did you see what Jerry did today?
No.
He pulled up to practice and landed his helicopter on the practice field.
What a stud.
That's
dude.
ever,
What a
dude.
stud.
He's the best.
He's like,
I
fuck you
mean,
guys.
bro, you got to salute that though. I mean,
Of
like,
course.
if you had the money,
I
anybody
just-
would do that.
For me, with the Cowboys, dude, they're kind of like exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
Like
As a Cowboys fan, I feel that.
like you just said, like, oh, we're going all in, and then you don't sign anybody.
They
And
don't-
it's like he
they don't
kind of
care.
like alternates what that means, like all in. When you say you're all in, you think you're going to go out and sign this one, that one, and
Well,
this
he
one.
did sign CD and Dak.
No, I'm talking about like other free agents.
Well, that was probably his sign of going all in because
Let's see
that
that's
what's
what
going
I'm
to
saying.
Devontae Adams.
He retained
Let's
his own
see
player.
that.
That would be like,
Shit,
okay, I'm
Julio.
all in.
Crazy.
Bro,
Derrick Henry.
Being able to retain your own players today is hard though.
But-
To keep them happy and paid, like that's a hard thing to do.
I agree with that, but watching the way the playoffs ended last year, just getting your shit pushed in
Yeah.
by the Packers, and then you thought to go all in was to just re-sign the guys you already had and let a lot of guys walk because Dan Quinn took a lot of guys to Washington,
Yeah.
and you're like, that you think that's going to win? Like,
I have
don't know.
a quick question for everybody here, though. I think we're all kind of in agreement on the Cowboys thing. Like they'll do what they usually do. They'll make an interesting regular seasons. They're going to be what they are unless maybe they catch an injury or two, but we can know what to expect from them. But the game itself, 2015, there's 48 seconds left. Aubrey goes for the kick.
And he missed.
And it's just
very uncharacteristic fashion.
Right. But like, here's my twist. I spent my whole high school, like all 4 years in like advanced engineering classes, understanding physics and shit like that. If you watch the actual fucking kick, you will see it go completely straight. Its trajectory is straight. And then it just moves over 6 feet, but then continues its trajectory. And I'm like, listen, I'm just trying to, maybe somebody that's listening to this or watching this can say, find me somehow that's possible without any like interference,
Wasn't that didn't that affect the spread as well?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. It was 20-15. The spread was 5.5, and 87% of the world is on the Dallas line. I go back to that with the Packers game. Like, look, it's dollars, man. It's all that, I don't know. I could run this all day, but like just watching that, you go, wait a minute.
The most accurate kicker.
Right. But you go back to what the question was. Well, what's the outcome for the Cowboys? It's like the outcome for the Cowboys is to make Vegas as much money as they fucking can. Get everybody to believe they're going to do something good. They're going to crush the Giants. They're going to crush them. The score is 20-15, 5.5. That's fucking strange.
The outcome for the Cowboys is always to bring the people that support them or want to see them do well as high as they could possibly get, to just pull the fucking rug out right at the end and be like, they're not that good.
But when does it end? Average. But when does it end? Like, when is too long?
When
like,
Jerry,
all right, like, I had enough of this. This is old.
To this.
I know, but like, if
when they're not making money when they're not making money for anybody no more.
Here's the problem: over the next 4 years, they have no shot of winning anything. They're not going to be able to fill out that team with Dak and CD and then Micah next year.
So as
it's just not going to happen.
So as a fan of the Cowboys, what are you a fan of? Are you a fan of the entertainment?
Are
you a fan of the entertainment that they bring? Is that what you're a fan of?
Nah, I think we talked about it last year with the whole conversion and people like, changing their opinions. I'm not solely like a team player for football now. Like, I would love to see the Cowboys get there. Like, that would be awesome. I've rocked with them for so long, but hey, when that day comes, it comes. But until this time, I'm a fan of football, and the Cowboys do produce a good product of football to watch. They're exciting. They get you up, they get you down. Like, it's a typical soap opera team. You know what I mean? They keep you interested up until the very end, but you already know the outcome, but you still watch. It's like an episode of Suits. You know exactly Harvey's going to win, but like, you still watch it. Yeah, you
can't help it. I know. Suits is the shit though. Yeah. Did you see Suits?
I did not. I know. I've heard it.
You got to watch it.
Great
I
show.
stopped watching it. Yeah.
It's the same show for like 150 episodes.
And it keeps roping you in.
Yeah,
it keeps roping you
good.
in. What do you guys think about the Bengals? They beat the Panthers.
Ooh.
I know.
Yeah.
Their defense is garbage.
They're trash.
Bengals are kind of like the AFC Cowboys. They have talent. They have people that will like keep you interested. But like, they're not that good, and they're not going to ever pull through at the end.
Interesting.
Burrows is kind of like, you want him to be the guy, but then he doesn't really always live up to it. Chase has his issues. He's kind of like, I don't know.
See, I feel like they're kind of like the Eagles. They both went to a Super Bowl. They both lost. They haven't been the same really since they went to the Super Bowl. Like, I kind of feel like they kind of mimicked each other. They both, they're trying to pay their star wide receivers. I don't know. There's something there.
The magic's gone. The magic's gone.
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to going back to the Cam Newton.
There's no more hiding. Like the league noticed, like they're all noticed now. Like the league notices them now. You know what I mean? Like people know Jamar Chase. People know Joe Burrow. They're all on their radar. Yeah. Like you're not flying under the radar anymore. So I feel like, I'm with you, man. It's been a struggle for them, but getting a win with the Panthers, obviously they needed that because 0-4, they would have been cooked
to start, right?
But do you guys think they're still cooked? Because I do.
I do, because of that division.
It's the division and the defense. The defense is trash. And they can't get off the field. If you can't get off the field, I don't care how good your offense is. Your offense has to be amazing every single week, and that's a lot of pressure. Eventually, you're going to crack. So the defense has to hold its end.
I like what you just said too about the Cowboys of the AFC, because if you think about it too, they're kind of in the same boat. They gave Joe Burrow all that money. You lost Jesse Bates. You lost Joe Mixon. You're going to lose T or Jamar.
Right.
And you didn't pay either one of them. And now you have the circus around you because both your wide receivers are unhappy. Joe Burrow, who you could kind of label as like, he's injury prone. It's just that is what it is with him right now until he gives you a healthy season or 2 in a row. But that is a really good comparison when you made that, because it's the same thing,
They
dude.
always
That's
have a lot of potential, right?
Yeah.
Same with Dak. Like Dak was in the MVP race last year. Burrow was an MVP candidate before.
yeah,
They always just have those things, but they're just missing
something.
the.
And I don't know what it
he
is.
dyed his hair. That was it.
Yeah,
That was it. He dyed his
I
hair.
saw
It's
like
like,
a
go
meme or
back to the
something, yeah.
ice cold Joey Burrow,
Yeah.
not
I know.
the woke vision.
yeah. They're like once he started looking like a lesbian, that was it.
Yeah.
So we had
1-3 is lesbian.
now we had a good game of offense with the Bengals and the Panthers, but the Jets.
Fuck the jokes.
Shout out Jimmy for this because we were laughing. Zach Wilson. I'm sorry. Bo Nix threw for 60 passing yards and won the game.
Bo Nick
60 passing yards.
Disrespect.
for the Jets, and not to knock you for taking Garrett Wilson this year because I know he's
I love
obviously a big.
He's
This-
a good receiver.
Yeah,
he's a good
he is.
receiver.
He is. But here's my thing
He's
with
like
like
Malik Neighbors.
Jets. The Jets are such a loser franchise. They were good like 1 year, and it was like a fluke. It was the Sanchez year. They had that like awesome defense because it had nothing to do with Sanchez. But it's like I don't want anybody on like loser ass franchises like that on my fantasy team. I
No.
feel like it's going to reflect that at some point.
Yes.
And not that Garrett Wilson's not talented or anything like that, but
Wait, hold on. I have the Jets defense, and so far this year, they've done pretty well for me.
decent.
Well, it made sense
Their
though
defense
coming
is
into the
insane.
season though.
Yeah.
I mean, they were 7-10 last year, and they were getting Rodgers, right? So you were thinking, okay, Garrett Wilson's going to step up. Brees
then
Hall's
you
going to
saw-
be a
right,
beast.
But then you saw what happened that whenever what can go wrong will go wrong with certain teams, and the Jets are just one of those teams. You're just waiting for it to happen. It happened a lot faster last year because
The goddamn
Rodgers.
Jets.
But yeah, but it's like, they'll probably even go on a run because their division's kind of trash now. So they'll probably win like a couple games, and then everybody will buy in and be like, "Oh, this is it, the Jets," and then they'll just fucking suck.
Dude, Garrett Wilson, like, bro.
Well,
If he was doing what he
Jets
was
don't
supposed to
have
be doing,
weapons,
you'd be
though.
in the top 5.
outside of him, they don't have another receiver they're going to.
Lazard has looked all right though. He's been
looked
better
all-
than Garrett
He's
Wilson.
looked all right, but he's not consistent. Like he's not somebody that's going to beat you on every play. You know what I mean?
He's
Like,
got Calvin Ridley syndrome, Juju Smith-Schuster syndrome. Like he's behind Garrett Wilson. You know what I mean? Like, look, Juju looked like a stud behind
AB.
Behind AB. Calvin Ridley looked like a stud under Julio Jones. Like you follow the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Lazard looks good under Garrett because everyone stuffs the main receiver.
Getting
That's all they got.
but it's not consistent. Like if you watch the Jets, they want to go to Garrett Wilson, but he's
Yeah.
double covered, or Surtain was on him, so like that was a tough matchup. But at the same time, there's no second option that's consistently getting open, and you don't have the old Aaron Rodgers where he can escape the pocket and make plays with his feet.
He's moving and grooving.
He is, but he can't do it consistently like his
But at
MVP
40,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, at 40, it's a
You're not
lot
expecting
different. Like you don't want to take those hits either.
He's
You know
looked
what I
good
mean?
though,
Like,
dude.
He has looked good. But what I'm saying-
Mobility wise.
mobility wise, I know, but he doesn't want to move around like that. That's not what he's trying to do. He's trying to sit in the pocket.
But that's not this league anymore. That's
Right.
This league is no longer. It's no longer pocket passes. I think another reason why Joey B ain't doing that hot. It's kind of like, yo, dude, you gotta move the fuck around.
I
You
mean,
gotta
Brees
shift- you
Hall
gotta
didn't
shift
do
line.
shit either, though. Brees Hall had 5 carries for like 10 yards. Like
But they know that's Brees now.
Yo, not for
They
nothing.
know
Braylon
stack
Allen.
the box.
He's a
looks-
beast.
He looks just as good as Brees.
he's a beast.
He
He's a
really
monster.
does.
Just like Tyler Algier. He looks just as good as Bijan. I don't give a fuck.
Bijan. That's to go back to earlier disappointment. Bijan. I have him in another league.
Well, he's outside
Oh.
the top 20.
Yeah, you know what's crazy to me, and I'm gonna say this, I'm probably gonna catch a lot of shit for it, and maybe it's just fantasy wise. I think he is one of the most overrated running backs in football.
Bijan.
Yeah,
Really?
like
He's got a lot of.
I know
right?
he's fast.
Right.
Look, I know Bijan is fast. I
I
get
think
it,
he's good.
and I think he's electric. I'm not saying he's not good.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the way Bijan, I feel like is universally accepted as like a top 3 or 4 back, and I don't see that because I could easily name 4 or 5 backs right away that you're taking over him. You're taking Barkley. You're taking Kamara. You're probably taking James Cook,
Taylor.
Bro,
Jonathan Taylor.
Not for nothing. You're probably taking James Conner. I fuck with James Conner.
James Conner's
I
good.
do. He
That's fair.
scored.
That's
He
actually a good
scored.
one. Yeah.
He's a workhorse.
I
He
have
is
James Conner in 3 leagues.
He's a beast.
And outside of being injury prone, you're taking Kenneth Walker. He just gets banged up.
Oh
but
my
Kenneth Walker's a
God.
good running
He's
back.
That's
good.
a
He's
J.
good when he's healthy.
That's
That's
my
a J
guy. I
guy.
love Kenneth Walker, dude.
I mean, not for nothing. And Charbonnet
Will
looked good too when
Charbonnet.
what's his face was out.
Yeah.
When Walker was
Will
out.
Disley.
So
Will Disley.
Will Disley, bro. That, every time we talk about him, we think about you.
Dude,
Yo,
we've
every
all
time,
played
bro.
so long together that we like immediately associate guys with people.
Yeah.
That, it's crazy.
For me,
Jay
you're Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
You always
I've
have
seen that.
I
Jags.
always get him. I got him this year on a discount.
Next, I'm on Ra.
Fuck him too.
Or Rice.
Yo, hold on. Disappointing player
Yeah.
in fantasy, Amon Ra. Coming back at Amon Ra, I've had him. It's the first year I ever drafted him because I'm like, I like this dude. He catches crazy volume and then can break out at any time. I don't think
Not
he's
so far.
cracked
Stay patient.
9. Oh, no, trust me, I'm not.
Tom agrees.
I'm not doing anything. I'm keeping
Kenneth
him.
Walker.
But it's just yeah, Tom, Kenny Walker, bro.
Bro, it's
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yo, stay patient on Amon Ra,
I'm
bro.
gonna
He's
stay
coming.
I'm gonna stay patient.
All right, let's talk about. We mentioned CJ Stroud earlier. I want to talk about
Yes.
that game a
Let's
little
go.
bit because I know CJ Stroud's playing well, but I feel like his hype was really up there too, and I just don't feel like he's having the explosion that everybody thought was coming. The way he even came onto the scene last year,
Okay.
and then the guy across from him, number 16, who's absolutely terrible, and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's another one.
So are we
I got
dicing this
fucked with
game up?
Lawrence.
Like,
Yeah, let's chop it up.
I just think that right now, that Stroud's got to just get his flow. Like the dude can throw the ball. He's got the weapons. Like I just think we're it's kind of like fantasy trades in week 1. It's like, yo, it's week 1. This is a 17-week season of play, 18 weeks in the full season. But last year we talked about it. Derrick Henry for the first 4 weeks last year, they just throttled him. It's like, well, yeah, they could have used him more, but like game number 1, Justice Hill went off. Why? You're not going to put these guys and roll them in all the way. Like you said, be patient with Amon Ra. Like I think it's something very similar like CJ Stroud. Just let him
Chase
go.
Brown.
Chase Brown.
Yeah, I just Spanos had me from behind with Chase Brown this weekend. So.
Really?
I put him in. I punted my philosophy this year on there's not enough good running backs, so I punted on RB2.
Okay.
So I have just like a plethora of like the same guy for RB2. I have Justice Hill and Chase Brown that I've been like going back and forth with. Last minute before the game started, I just had a weird feeling Brown was going to get more involved. And he just started snapping.
I didn't know he had Chase Brown playing. I thought it was Justice Hill.
Hill ended up only getting like 2 less points.
Yeah, he had 22 points, which made it easier.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm looking at the thing and I saw the score and he has like a 63% chance to win. I'm like, damn, where's the difference?
Right.
And I'm scrolling and I see Chase Hill had like 18 points. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh.
And then he texted me and we just started laughing about it. But I want to ask you this. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask Nick this. If you were, the Eagles are in the playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. Would you fear the Texans if they were coming to your building to play? Like, do you think they're one of them top 5 teams?
No.
Yeah.
No.
The Texans.
I got you.
No. What's there to fear?
I got a yes for that.
No, but like in like bullshit aside, like what's there to fear? Like truthfully, I think Stephon Diggs kind of throws a wrench in their entire offense that's fucking up their flow.
Okay.
Like me personally, because like I feel like he's the kind of guy
about this.
like I feel like he's the kind of guy that is like he's a veteran. Yeah. CJ's only a second year. Like I feel like CJ's kind of shook a little bit. Like I feel like Diggs is kind of like the big homie in the room. I do. I feel like he's kind of like the big homie in the room, and I kind of feel like CJ Stroud hasn't really like caught his stride because he's not really commanding the room. Like I feel like because Diggs is a veteran, so like I feel like whenever he's in that room with Stroud, I don't think Stroud commands that offense the way that he did last year. Like that's me personally, and that's why I think they're struggling a little bit. And also, they've like as a team, their penalties have killed them. Every time they get into the opponent's fucking territory, they're going backwards. It's like you're never going to like sustain drives and score points, especially against good teams. They're lucky they played the Jags. They're lucky they played the Jags.
I'm going to go on record.
They're unimpressive. They've been unimpressive. Like, no, absolutely. I would not fucking fear the Texans. Absolutely not.
Right now, no, but I do believe, and I'm going to say this today, they are going to be one of them teams that if they do click, they are going to be one of them teams where it's like, oh shit, I really don't feel like playing them right now.
Yeah.
Because remember,
and Mixon's been out 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
He's a big addition.
And look, even last year when it came down to it with the Texans, it was kind of like it was almost like week 7 or 8 where people were like, yo, are you watching these Texans?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like no one even saw the mistakes they were making in the first few games, like because again, the spotlight wasn't on them. Mm-hmm. Now the spotlight's on them, so I could see the pressure. I could see the Diggs thing too, just locker room stuff.
Definitely settled in yet. I don't
think. Yeah. I think Stroud's awesome. I think he's still played great against the Jags. He still had a good game. It just like It's just that they're just struggling as an offense to just score consistently.
But they have potential. They're the team that you would be scared if they clicked.
Absolutely.
So that's where I say if that team does click, it's the only team I think like in that area where it's like, oh shit, if they really do get down to business, that's a scary squad. Like there's only a few squads out there that when they click, you're scared. Like the 49ers. Right. You don't want them to fucking click, dude. And I'm gonna talk a little extra on this one. I don't give a fuck about the Ravens, dude. Like I think the Ravens are actually just like the biggest like bullshit team in the league.
I totally disagree, man.
I just think that they don't really provide much. Like I just don't see them always going. Like they picked up Derrick Henry. They already had the number 1 running offense in the league. Why change it for Derrick Henry? If it already got you there, then add the receiver, add something else that's going to make the team the same with another
Devontae.
They
need to go get Devontae Adams.
Now that's a crazy parlay if they do get Devontae.
If they need to get Devontae Adams and then that would also help out Zay Flowers.
Right.
Because Zay Flowers, he is.
I like him.
I have Zay Flowers in my squad. He's only hit me for like 11 to 15.
He just doesn't get the pass because Lamar's not that accurate.
It's hard. He throws them underneath. And then occasionally you get a deep ball out of him because that's the Ravens game is fucking like 8 yards.
That's why I say the Ravens aren't going to do it. I don't think the Ravens will ever do it. You'll mark it here right now. The Ravens will not get a Super Bowl with the way they're playing football.
It's hard to win that way, especially in a passing first league. Yeah. To be such a heavy run team, I respect it that they try. You know,
oh yeah,
you have to with the thing that the Ravens, the thing with the Ravens that's going to hold them back, no matter how long Lamar's in his peak, is you need to have the ability to push the ball down the field.
Yeah,
and it's like that style works. The beginning of a game, if you're up 10-3, if you're up 14-7, that style can work because you could eat the clock, but the problem is if you're down 24-14 and there's 7 minutes left in the third quarter, the chances of a team just eating clock and running the ball, it's not going to work for them to come back. Smart. It just doesn't. That's just not the way it goes. But like they've never really had a weapon to do that unless you could use Zay Flowers and Lamar doesn't have the arm to do it. You know, I mean, I guess that is something that you could say. I don't know.
It's the only reason why I say they're not going to go anywhere far. Like they will get there, but they will never get there.
Right.
I just don't think they will, especially in like who they have to go up against. You know.
So who's the best team in the AFC right now?
Chiefs.
Okay.
The Chiefs are winning it all. I'm playing
win.
This football game with everybody to be nice, but they're going to win it all again.
Without Rice, I don't think they have a shot. But to me, the best team in the AFC right now is the Ravens. Like I just.
Oh damn! I didn't expect that.
Like the Ravens are like, dude, they're so good. I mean, I don't disagree. Outside of the Cowboys' close game, it really wasn't a close game, dude. They really outside of that fourth quarter, they gave up 6 points, and then they gave up 10 points against the Bills. If they play defense like that, nobody's beating them because Derrick Henry ain't washed. But we just saw that in the first fucking play. 87 yards outrunning safeties. He still has it. Like I'm telling you, dude, that team is literally like they're the scariest team in the AFC right now. I
definitely Baltimore more than Jay for sure.
Definitely, they're the best.
But my issue is, and it's going to probably come back to fuck me in fantasy too, because I have Lamar. His style of play, which makes him so good, is he takes off a lot. He's not a big dude, so he takes a lot of hits throughout the season, over and over again, and then he doesn't hold up by the end of the season. Right? He's hurting.
You wear down, and that's
what hopefully you got Henry for to take some.
And it's funny, dude. Nick Wright said this before, and I caught a clip of it, and I think it was on YouTube, and he was doing like his podcast, and he said, and he was judging Lamar, and he was saying like he's not a big Lamar fan, and one of the comments or his son or something said why, and he goes, he said Lamar is like not a top 5 quarterback or a top 10 quarterback. I think it was top 10. And he just said, he goes, I don't know, for Lamar to change that narrative, he goes, maybe not have your season end constantly on you playing your worst game of the year.
Sounds like Dallas.
And here's the thing. I love Lamar, but I got you. Yeah. I love Lamar and all, but he does kind of have a point because if Lamar plays well in those playoff games, I believe they have it. Like he wasn't good against the Titans year 1. He wasn't good last year against the Chiefs. I mean, he played the best out of the quarterbacks they faced. Like he played better than Tua, and he played better than Allen stats wise. But it just, again, it was a bad game from him. He's throwing the ball. It hit the fucking guy. He's catching it.
He's this era's Vic. If he's clicking on all cylinders and he has the dual threat of running and when he's accurate, he's possibly the best quarterback in the league. But he's never both.
But we say that about everybody that's got a
the
potential to do that. Like, ready? If Dak Prescott can just
Hurts, same thing.
Hurts, Prescott, Burrow, all these guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna put this guy in there. Justin Herbert, like he kind of like disappeared a little bit. It's kind of like, these guys, we've seen their potential. CJ Stroud, we've seen his potential. And it's like, all right, well, who's actually gonna fulfill the potential? And I think that's what we're kind of waiting to see, because right now the Chiefs are 4-0 with a really weird 4-0.
They haven't even looked that good, and they're 4-0.
Right, like the Steelers.
Same with them too.
Doing well, and it's kind of like, all right, well,
but you can see the Steelers coming back down. I don't know if the Chiefs are really going to come down.
Yeah, I will say this though. You know how like when you talk about quarterbacks and stuff, I like you were just saying about like Lamar and stuff. One thing I will say is, and like I really don't understand this, because when you talk about top 5 quarterbacks, it's normally Allen, Mahomes, Burrow. Those 3 are always 3. Then most people usually go Lamar at number 4.
Did you say Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Josh.
Oh yeah.
Lamar, Josh, Pat, and Lamar, Pat, Josh, and Burrow. And number 5, why in this league today, right now, why can't you say Jared Goff?
I love him.
Why isn't Jared Goff better than Dak? Why isn't Jared Goff better than Jalen Hurts? Why isn't he better than CJ Stroud?
It's just kind of like a nerdy, like
I know, but
doesn't have like good media.
I think he has like the most impressive story.
And that offense is nice.
That's what I'm saying. You know, like he that's him and Ben Johnson.
He's got to do something though. I think there's eyes on the Lions right now. You know, it goes back to like my
I think they're the best team in the NFC.
It's a bold take. Again,
truthfully,
based off potential, potentially. You know,
I mean, think about it.
That
Dallas, not good. Eagles, not good. Commanders look all right, but they're young. Well, Jaden Daniels is young. The Packers, good. The Vikings, they look awesome, but they're going to level out.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you got the the Bears. They stink. Nobody, people were thinking they were going to be better. Like I just feel like the NFC is wide open. The 49ers, they're good.
I don't get the Caleb Williams shit, dude.
I like him, but
I know.
Nothing jumps out to me.
I've been saying
I don't know.
I was totally on like I kept saying it about Caleb. I'm just like, you can't say like compare him to Mahomes and Allen. Like you just can't do that, dude. Like the expectations of that are fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like they're the two of the best quarterbacks in the game.
Well, Jaden Daniels is not helping him out though, because he's balling and
that's what I'm talking about.
So
bro.
it's like, Jaden is supposed to be what Caleb is supposed to do. So I understand it's a lot of pressure on him, but again, like I always say, we put too much pressure on these young quarterbacks. They're still young as fuck, man. Like he's still going to learn. He's still going to grow. It's just Jaden Daniels. He has a knack for the NFL quicker than Caleb.
Do you think he's a lock?
Quicker.
Do you think he's a lock for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Absolutely. There's nobody better.
Right.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Right.
Jaden Daniels right now is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
To go back to the Bears.
Slam dunk.
Oh, my bad.
Who's the best Bears quarterback ever?
Bears.
Another loser franchise.
By
just
talent.
Like the Jets thing.
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler, right? That's like this kid's ceiling, in my opinion.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Bold.
And I think
Jay Cutler.
I'll be honest, I think Jay Cutler's still got a better ceiling than him.
Jay Cutler was talented.
Yeah,
he
I
just
fuck
was
with
like
Jay Cutler.
He was.
Dude, Jay Cutler sucked.
He's a badass, so he doesn't give a fuck.
He was good. I thought Jay Cutler was all right.
Cigarettes, he didn't care.
The dude just had a cannon. Like he was
ripping cigarettes and shit. He didn't
really
give a fuck.
Cannon,
I wonder,
that was unbelievable.
I think eventually a rookie will win an MVP eventually.
One day.
What if it's Jaden?
Got to go to the right situation.
Think about it. They fuck around, win 11, 12 games. Why couldn't Jaden be the MVP in the league this year, where it's like Mahomes has the narrative, so does Allen, because their teams are like, they both don't have wide receivers now. So the narrative's there for them. Goff, if you're the best team in the NFC, the narrative's there for you. Why couldn't the narrative be there for Jaden Daniels if they win 11, 12 games? And he has one of those, if he has an RG3 or better type rookie season.
He's got to get into the playoffs. If he gets into the playoffs,
that's what I'm saying. He wins the division 11, 12 games.
That's
how he does it.
DC in an election year.
Wow.
Interesting.
Conspiracy. Let me tell you something. Patrick Mahomes is winning it all this year. Oh, yeah.
You think it's period?
I think what it's going to be.
Way.
I think it's going to be the only thing we don't really have like for sports right now for football is who's the greatest quarterback ever. Everyone just goes right to Brady.
They want that competition.
Yeah, if Patty Mahomes wins 3 in a row, now he's in the line for, well, who's better?
But
Is it Patty Mahomes or is it Tom Brady? Patty Mahomes, Tom. Well, he won 3 in a row. Well, he won 42.
Done before, right?
It's like, but he did it in 7 years. Well, he did it in 20. So it's kind of like the debate now can go down. Patty wins his 3, and at the end of the day, guess
it cannot happen.
Of course, nobody wants it.
It's not going to happen, though.
Yeah, I don't want it. Don't get me wrong.
It ain't going to happen, though. Mahomes is having his worst year.
Exactly. We thought last year he was getting dusted.
Yeah, but it's going to catch up to him. It's going to catch up to him. You guarantee it. Yeah, absolutely. Travis Kelce, you trust him the whole season.
He's going to
put on the way he's going to put on. Absolutely not.
And pop off.
Where the fuck was he at the first 3 weeks?
Right, doesn't matter. They're 4-0.
I'm by
their stats are fluffed.
So me and Nick, we had this conversation a few weeks ago.
Rice was a big part of their offense, and when you lose that, and you don't have Pacheco, and you have to rely on CEH and Kareem Hunt, I'm sorry, I'm not a believer.
Worthy, and he's a top. I think he's going to be a top left.
He's also a rookie too.
He's also on Seamus's team, who's booed.
And they also have Juju Smith-Schuster. Like I don't like it. Come on. No. And Mecole Hardman. Like,
me and Nick were talking about this a few weeks ago, maybe even last week. I don't know. We were talking about like the GOAT debate and all that, and we said like if Patrick Mahomes wants to be the GOAT, he has to do shit like this, have a 3-peat, do things with Andy Reid, because like his stats are already insane. But he'll always have that. However, the one thing that will not be able to be changed is Brady beat him in a Super Bowl when Brady was old.
True.
He didn't beat him. He fucking smoked his ass. You know what I mean? What you mean?
Oh, he did.
But it's crazy because Mahomes right now is the favorite to win MVP. He's plus 230 ahead of Josh Allen at 350 and Stroud at 950.
Also got to remember the NFL is a business. Though.
How is he the favorite though?
Because they think he's going to rally for Rice.
Right.
Rally for Rice. Rally for Rice.
4. He's number 4.
Rally for Rice.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I like that.
That's what we got to do.
Adams.
I like that.
But yeah, dude, like how the hell is he the favorite? Is it because of the narrative? If they go on a run and then it's like, oh, he didn't have Rashid, he didn't have Isaiah Pacheco, he didn't have this guy. It's like
I just think everything.
Oh my god, but it's so tiring though, bro. Like it's like
that's how we felt about Brady, though.
Right?
I know you love him, but
but like I feel like there's a lot of other players that are more deserving. Like I mean, Josh Allen is to me the MVP right now. Like I don't even know how how Mahomes will be favored over him.
But
that's laughable.
There's already an issue though because
like that's laughable, bro. Like if you watch the games the first 4 weeks, Josh Allen has like outperformed Mahomes by like 10.
But it's
not even close.
Yeah, but he's outperformed Mahomes his whole career that he's played. This is the thing, right? And this is something that's
facts, man. He need to get some respect, man.
This is the
dog.
Did you look at how many times Patrick Mahomes got his interceptions taken back? It's 48%.
Yeah,
that is so wild.
When you look at that, it's like right now Patrick Mahomes, I think, only has like 4 interceptions less than Josh Allen. Now you take 50% of that number, it's like, yo, he's actually dog shit.
But the NFL,
you did your homework.
Hey, yo,
the NFL,
because everybody's pumping him. Look, and I hate to say, I said
your homework.
I said it on the podcast. I was like, Patrick Mahomes is the perfect poster boy for the NFL. He's black, he's white, he's married, he's got kids.
He's mobile, he's not that mobile.
Yeah, he's just a great face. And guess what? Now he's a great face. I think they give him this 3rd fucking Super Bowl. He becomes the GOAT talk with Brady. And then we just have shit to talk about in the barbershop for the next 50 years.
Every era, they want a new guy. Like when we were growing up, before we were growing up, it was like Marino and Elway. And then Favre was like the dark horse that was sneaking in. Then as we were growing up, it was Peyton and Brady. Then as
Drew Brees
was sprinkled.
It sucks for Brees, man. He got overshadowed because he was in one of the most dominant quarterback eras.
He was awesome, but you got overshadowed by them too. And then now, as Brady fades off into the sunset, now you got Mahomes, and Mahomes took the reign, and the NFL just beats that shit to death. That's just what they do.
The Eagles won that Super Bowl, dude. The Eagles won that fucking Super Bowl.
They really did, though. They let that shit wander
But that's
away.
business. State Farm.
That hurts so bad, bro.
It is. And that's where it's like anybody that's a fan of football kind of gets screwed over. Like if you have a little bit of emotional attachment. Just a little bit of emotional
attachment. You got the Taylor Swift shit, and they're just making more and more money.
Yeah, music, football, it's fucking great, man. And I think the masses that watch football more for just entertainment and not like the liability of like, you know, kind of putting these people where their expectation is. It's like, yo, you guys get paid all this money. We would kill and do absurd probable things to be able to give our families this kind of bread. You're arguing 55 and 60 million and don't do your job. I know people that get fired, they can't do their job. Like, dude, that gets me fucking heated.
It's the worst, dude.
But
It's so
dude,
frustrating.
but like based on your guys' theories, they're not even being discreet about it. Like they're showing you
That's
like,
the Dallas
hey,
Eagles.
Taylor Swift is here, and then the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl,
but
and then she's
Bro,
going
you
to
can bet that prop on the
like, I
fucking
just feel like
But we don't. Do you
last year
think?
on
And not
FanDuel.
to sound like old guys, because I know we're all like in our 30s. But do you think the sport of football has gotten better? over the
no,
years?
the product's
The product-
actually
the
ass.
product fucking blows. I like
I
hockey
agree.
more than I like football.
I agree.
I'm not even kidding.
The
Like,
product got
I
worse.
enjoy watching hockey more than I do.
Bro, I mean,
The
you
players
think about-
got better. The
But the
product
game
got
got
worse.
worse.
I agree.
It's all
The players
based
got
off
better
of- it's
though.
all
Like,
based off
Yeah,
of
like the
offense.
players now are definitely better.
Way
but
better.
the product as a whole, you can't tackle the fucking quarterback. You can't do a hip drop. Like,
Already
and you see that
Gambling
already.
and fantasy.
But this is what's easy to figure out, though. And
What'd you say?
I remember having this conversation with Sean Daniels, right? And we were just going back to it. And I kind of just got to a level part of the conversation where we were both sitting there and it's like, yeah, these people are assets. Like at the end of the day, it's like Dak Prescott is a $250 million asset. Do not fuck him up. Like
Well,
the
we-
league,
they
will
did.
tell-
Brand.
like the
He's a
he's
brand.
a
Yeah,
brand.
they
He's a
figured
brand,
that out
right.
with the
Like-
Brady Manning era.
Right,
That was when
but-
they started
But
changing
ready,
the
but
rules.
back in the
Right there.
day, these cats weren't getting paid that kind of money, so they were disposable. Let that fucker level them out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's great for TV. Now it's kind of like, all right, like they
Right.
like this guy.
Business,
Can you
right.
just do me a favor? Don't kill that guy because he makes us a lot of money. Like Brady made everybody a lot of money. There's a little bit of leniency towards that. So I don't know. Like the product definitely has shifted because it went from being a sport with a little bit of business behind it to now it's full blown DraftKings,
Football, yeah.
sportsbook, this.
Football
It's
was
like
like
Jesus
the-
Oh,
Christ.
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
you guys mentioned the gambling.
Mhm.
I want to say
I'm
that
stuck on the gambling, dude.
Me too.
It's too ironic.
it's crack.
It's bullshit.
It's crack, dude.
Too
That's
much.
it's.
I haven't bet this year. Purpose. I've been ghost betting. Yo, my ghost bets are trash.
Really.
I've been making money fucking gambling for years with the trend stuff I talked to you about.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can bet, and if you have a little bit of like a tolerance to it, like you can lose a little bit, but like when you follow the right trend, it does turn. If you have a big enough bankroll, you never lose. But this year, I found so many trends that you can't even like follow up. Usually, it's like an example. Travis Kelce, he's going to get a touchdown within the first 2 or 3 games. Like they need him. It's like, oh, okay, that's not the trend this year. Now it's Nico Collins. It's like, okay, well, bet the Nico Collins touchdown. All right, it doesn't hit, double down. All right, it doesn't hit,
Yep.
double down. If your tolerance is $10,000 and you're betting only hundreds and you're not trying to gamble, you're betting. You can follow the trends. There is no fucking trends this year. This is trash. Everything is fucking jacked up.
I'd venture to say if there wasn't gambling, I think the NFL ratings wouldn't even be that skyrocketed. Like I think people are invested in the,
110%.
I think people are invested in the game right now because of the gambling
Yes.
And the
Completely
fantasy,
agree.
Because,
and
again-
the fantasy too.
and fantasy, yeah, but like
But people are
it's
still
just-
spending
gambling.
money for that's gambling.
But do you
we,
guys
we
think,
pay money to do this.
Right. Right.
So do you guys think that like penalties and flags are like conflicted with the gambling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Too much because
But how do you? But how? But how?
you
But
hate
how?
you hate
How
to
do
say it.
you?
You hate to say it's fixed.
You just
but
turn
Yeah.
your head.
there's holding on every play. Every
Right.
fucking
Oh,
play. You can
100%.
the new
call it.
kickoff.
But
I
they
hate
choose when
to.
to pick and call it in a specific time. Like if
Subjective.
the spread is 5, you know what I mean, and they're creeping down, it's the Giants and the fucking Eagles.
Can I ask you something?
Bradbury.
That did-
Wait,
The
right.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Can I ask all three of you a question though? And this goes back to this stupid fucking Giants and the Cowboys game with that field goal. There are billions of dollars invested into these games, the players, the stands, the hot dogs, the beer, the parking, all that shit,
Fuck
right?
with hot dogs.
Me too. Glizzy days. But here's the crazy part. And I'll ask you this. Do you not think at some point, if you truly really watch that field goal and how that ball moved, it's like, okay, like there was no win, but like, is there any form of money they could put into a magnetry system? That ball moved in such a fucking
I
fluid
can't go that
motion.
route,
That's
bro.
interesting.
I can't
Right.
go that
But
way.
when you
That's
got
interesting.
hold on, no,
yeah.
listen, when you got billions of dollars on the line, are you really by a half a point going to let the best
Wasn't the
kicker in the
money, yeah.
league kick that field goal, send it, and then the Cowboys win? When there's 87 or like high 80% of money on that, it's like it didn't even matter that the Cowboys won. If you knew the gambling part, you'd be like, "What the fuck is that, dude?"
no, bro, I can't.
Like
I
you
can't buy
goofed the
that.
spread. Like
don't
it was
even-
a half a point.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist because I don't even think birds are real. So like that doesn't even shock me. That's why I
wild.
was laughing when you said that's interesting. Because like I know your wheels started turning because I know like
because I think
we read a lot of the
Yeah.
same shit.
yeah.
So
I think the refs do. I don't think the players purposely do it because then then you get that weird situation where it's like, oh, you're throwing.
well, the
knees.
dude in the NBA just got caught. I can't even think. He was the dude, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother. He got banned. He got fucking kicked out of the league in Toronto.
Yeah, but that never happened in the NFL. Like you would think like something. I know, but like something would have leaked already. Like out of all those years of all those big games of questionable and head scratching shit going on,
we
like
did have
information.
Spygate,
right?
We did have Deflategate, and
right?
They all kind of got pushed away.
Right.
It doesn't.
That's the league's fault, though. The league got rid of those tapes. I don't know what was on them.
I don't know.
Oh my god, dude! It probably would have fucking incremented, killed people.
But
You
again,
can't imagine
it's like
what's
they
on
keep
that shit.
quiet, like they don't want that negative publicity. So
but they also can't take the disrest. Like what we talk about in the barbershop, like just when it comes to the masses of people, as much as people think they really want to know what's going on, like they really don't.
Yeah.
Because when they hear it, they're like, damn, man, that's what that was. Like, remember Bigger, Stronger, Faster? He believed that the WWE players were, or the WWF was like the greatest people in the world. Take your veggies, go to the gym, and then found out these guys are pumping juice like crazy. He's like, why am I still fat?
Yeah.
I do everything. And he's like, oh, right. Hulk Hogan was on steroids. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. It's like, you don't want to know. We don't want to know how fucked up the NFL is.
Bro,
We don't. It's going to destroy what people
control
love.
days of the week. Like Sunday, most men are just toast.
I ain't got shit to do with Sunday.
Like, what are you fucking doing on Sunday?
But I genuinely get mad. Like if somebody
You
has
just
a
watch-
party or something like that, and it's like, why are you
just
doing
staring at your
that?
phone all day?
Sunday.
That's the
all day.
worst thing ever, dude. Like it's funny because me and Allie, like we start fighting around 1:30 every Sunday because my fucking son wants to go outside and play baseball. I'm like, yeah, take him. I'll stay with the baby.
Yeah.
And she knows because I don't feel like going out there and running around. And then she's like, oh, you got the day off,
Yeah.
and just sits there and talks shit all day.
That you
Not
just
not to mention, like I'm getting the shit beat out of me usually in fantasy, so I'm already on tilt about that. So it's just like it sucks, man. It really sucks. But Tampa, we're talking about Tampa versus the Eagles. Who in here is concerned
Tampa
about
versus the Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Who in here is concerned about Jalen Hurts?
Wait, that's next week, right?
No,
that
just
was
happened.
last week.
Oh, that's right.
Eagles got their
forgot
shit
to run it
pushed.
by.
Put it
That's
down.
right. Yeah. Right in the back door, too.
Right in the back door.
Put it down.
Put it down.
Where do you want to go with this? I mean, like I talked
Concerned with
about
Hurts?
it, man.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, are you concerned about him?
Oh yeah.
You mean Cam?
I am.
He has to prove this year for sure
I'm
because he got paid. He's got all the weapons in the world.
Yeah.
It's like he's been in an MVP candidate. He's been to the Super Bowl. He was the best player on the team that day. If he doesn't do anything remotely close to that again, that's not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
He'll have some cool quotes though at the end of the game for you. He'll be looking at the ocean.
So, the only thing what I'm going to say about Jalen Hurts is
bro,
to be consistent real fast, to be consistent, he's got to stop with the turnovers, bro. Like right now, we're at a point, if Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over, you'd be shocked. Like him to fumble or have an interception is probably minus 160
for sure.
If you look at him the last previous years, he just let the game come to him and was smooth out of the pocket. Just got to the short thing. Like, bro, you don't need to go deep. And the other thing is too, he looks fucking slow.
Yeah.
Like my brother says, dude, he looks like he does.
around.
He looks like he's running in mud.
Yeah.
which doesn't make sense to me because I know a lot of people talk shit about Kellen Moore.
I like Kellen Moore.
Well, he took care of the Chargers last year, but the Chargers had numerous injuries. And I'll be honest, that was the first thing that freaked me out this past offseason. I was like, holy shit, Kellen Moore is going to be the offensive coordinator of the Eagles with Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Goddard. I'm like, yo, this is dangerous, man. And now looking at it, I'm like, yo, these guys can't move with Kellen Moore's offense. Like that, that's just trash, man. That dude knows exactly where to put people. He was putting Dallas up 30 points a game easy
Number one offense.
without that talent. Like Dallas had less talent than the Eagles had.
I wonder if it's Sirianni telling Kellen to change his shit.
What does he do?
I don't know what he does good.
Sirianni.
He stands there.
Can we be honest?
About what?
Like Jalen Hurts has been booty. Like the Eagles are in some deep shit. Like they are because they signed him to a big contract. He's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to deliver the football to the weapons. I know they weren't there, and I understand that. But even when they were there, I was still looking at them like he didn't progress from last year. He looks like he regressed, and that's a bad thing because you got all these weapons. And like I said, if we didn't have Saquon Barkley, we would be 0-4. And that's just the bottom line. And then the pot would really be hot on Jalen Hurts. He's lucky we got Saquon. Because right now, those 2 wins are kind of a smokescreen to what's really going on. The Eagles are a really bad football team.
I got a question.
That's straight up. They're a bad football team.
They're poorly coached.
It's just the bottom line.
Well, hold on. I gotta ask you this, right? Last year, I remember because everybody was talking shit. You know what I mean? But the second you guys picked up the ball last year, you guys getting yards, first downs. Like, and it kind of also goes back to the whole like Ravens, and they upgraded their running back, which was already good. You guys, when you ran the ball extremely well while Hurts was able to throw the ball.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, now you got Saquon, and now he can't throw the ball. Like, he's now leaning on Saquon.
Here's why. Because Jalen Hurts was able to run the ball too. Jalen Hurts was a dual threat. Now when
he's still running.
Yeah, but when teams go into the game, they don't fear that anymore. It's not like, oh yeah, we got to take away the run from Jalen Hurts. It's like, go ahead, run away. He's not gonna get past your linebacker.
He can't outrun
anybody. So it's like, go ahead. We want you to run. You have the weapons that can beat us. We want you to run. Don't get the ball to the weapons.
You know how Nick said earlier about Derrick Henry?
Simple.
He said, like, Derrick Henry's not washed. He just outran a fucking safety. Right. And the other problem is, though, is like Hurts can't outrun a linebacker right now. He can't. The problem is when Hurts was running before, he was hitting that second gear and able to get to the second level of the defense. Hurts is already getting pulls on him before he gets to the second level. Like, his speed, the burst is just
the fucking bedazzled flare pants pregame. Like, what's that kind of
shit? Yeah.
And the Instagram caption.
He's not the same player. That Super Bowl Hurts ain't coming back, and that's just the bottom line. But that's what the Eagles paid for. Like, and they're in for a long, long ride with him because, and it's a shame. We finally got fucking weapons, but now our quarterback is just a big, is a question mark. And I'm not trying to overreact, but at the same time, it's like, when you watched him from last year to this year, I'm going to ask it every single week, what did he do better than this year that he did last year? Nothing. There's nothing. He didn't do anything better. He's not a better player. He's not.
I don't think you're overreacting. And as somebody that defended him
blows.
Week 1, I defended him because I'm like, all right, well, he won the game. He played all right. I'm like, he threw that one pick, whatever. But now when you just watch him and you're sitting there and it's like, bro, how are you fumbling that football? Why are you throwing that skinny post to for Dallas Goedert or Brent Selleck and you're throwing it to Devontae Smith? It's like you're just doing like dumb things. And it's like, what happened to your brain?
He used to get fired up too. Like,
yeah, bro.
See
like
him like flexing.
There's nothing there.
Now I feel like he's just in it. You know, he's in it for the business himself, the brand. I made my money. Let me keep my longevity. Let me get my face out there. I like getting all the praise for that kind of stuff. But like, he doesn't have that like fight in him anymore. Remember, he would just make a big first down and get up and like you'd see all the veins popping out his arm. He'd be flexing and shit. Now I feel like he just goes and sits down. Yeah.
Yeah,
because those plays those plays are few and far between.
Guaranteed,
they don't happen,
bro. Guaranteed.
Those plays don't happen anymore. They don't happen
Yeah.
anymore. So you're not going to see it. It's unfortunately you're not.
Dak lost it. Like when Dak got his first contract, not his last contract, his first one. I remember the first few years with Prescott, I was like, this dude's getting 100 yards on the ground, 200-300 yards in the air, going to the. I'm like, this dude's a savage. Second year does the same. Third year, they're like, yeah, we're gonna give you a contract. So that fourth year, his yards dropped by 80%.
Because he broke his fucking leg and he came back and was like, I just got paid. I'm not breaking my leg again.
Yeah. But that's the Hurts thing.
But the difference is that Dak is a better thrower than Hurts. So like Dak, when he had I don't want to say transition, but when Dak had to be more in the pocket and read the defense and throw the ball,
perform better.
He was able to get it together. As to where Hurts hasn't really shown that.
Going backwards.
Yeah, like Hurts almost is like, all right, you have to go into the pocket, and we're looking like, oh man, we're in trouble. Like you need him to get out there and go on the move. Where
at this point in fantasy, would you, if you didn't have an issue with like an injury or whatever, would you pick him up if someone dropped him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just because of the upside of the goal line.
I know you need it specifically, right?
Just because the upside of the goal line, like the tush push is still available, even though that hasn't really been successful as it used to be in the past.
I'll say this: if I had Jalen Hurts, I would be picking up a second quarterback, just to be safe, like a Darnold or a Baker, like somebody right now who's just consistently scoring,
right?
Like not boom or bust. Because at this point, it's like I think Jalen Hurts had a good game or two.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, you could say I think his first game was good. I think he had like 25 or 30, but
he had 2 games over 23, and the other one was 9, and the other one was like 7.
So, but for his price, that's not worth it.
Our league, 19, 25, 10, 17.
That's not bad.
Well, 17. I mean, you could work with 17, but again, that's rushing.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he had
supposed
the
to be,
dude
like,
at halftime. He
top
had
guy.
like fucking 47 passing yards.
Yeah.
It was
So-
embarrassing.
So I had him last year, and the only reason he was valuable to me was the tush push. 'Cause
Yeah.
his stats were ass.
Yeah. You guys want to talk about Monday night? How about you, Nick? Ravens
Yeah,
went up
absolutely.
in there,
Let's do it.
slapped their ass, and fucked them all wild.
Oh yeah, they
As
did.
you put it on there.
It's pretty intense, man.
What'd you learn? What'd you learn about this game, bro?
It's to me, it's quite simple. What we saw in that game is everything that I thought was going to happen to the Bills coming to the season, and they just didn't have a playmaker to get them over the board. But again, they were in this football game. Like it was 21-3, right, to start it out. But then the Bills scored coming out of the half. It was 21-10, right? Then they force a punt. They're driving down the field. They started from their own 19. They get down to their own 40 to the Ravens 40. Then they do a stupid trick play. Then they fucking fumble, and that was the game. Because then the Ravens went down and scored 28-10, and they never looked back. But the Bills had momentum in that game. Despite how they played, they still had momentum in that game to kind of turn the table a little bit and kind of put pressure on the Ravens to make it a one-score game. So they were in it. That play call really kind of did them in.
Big
But
blow now too. Losing Von Miller.
losing Von Miller for fucking 4
beating the
games.
shit out of his pregnant wife.
Right.
No,
Is that what happened? Is that the actual?
Von Miller?
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy
I
shit.
thought it was steroid use because it was the conduct
Nah.
policy.
He stole
Nah.
Tom's?
Pregnant wife.
Damn, dude, that's a different level of birth
shit.
control.
That's crazy.
I think she dropped the charges, but I think because of everything.
some Ray shit.
He beat up his pregnant wife.
That's birth control.
Wow. So over under, I'm going to set the over and under at 5.5 days of when he comes out and says that he's going through a lot. He needs to find out how to be a better version of himself, and he's seeking therapy. Over under 5.5 days.
Under.
Yeah, under.
I don't think they'll even talk about it because they want.
Where's he going to drop it
to
at?
go away? You know.
Where's he going
Uh,
to post it?
Oh, he'll post an Instagram and he'll
Yeah.
type it out. He'll
On
go
a
to
story? On a story? Or a post?
Yeah, no, a post.
Okay.
Because then he'll give an elaborate, what's it called? An elaborate caption.
A video, or do you think it's
No,
gonna be a video?
he'll just pen it because it won't be sincere, and you can get it from
Right.
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
But he'll be forgiven because everything
When
is
you're-
forgiven
yeah.
as long as, like John Morant,
Yeah.
he brought his gun into the strip club.
He brought that glizzy
Brought his glizzy in there, was posing with it, and it was just because he was feeling the stress of getting 100 million.
Tyreek Hill too.
He
Beat
was feeling
his
the stress.
kid's ass and his wife's ass.
Yeah.
He's still everybody loves him.
Ain't that crazy?
Drugs are bad.
Did we say earlier who we think Devontae is going to?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
we did not
We didn't do that.
pose that question.
All right. Who you think Devontae is going to? I haven't gone to you first yet. I'll give you all of me first.
Whoa.
Wow. I
Backdoor
want to
blitz.
say the Chiefs, but then at the same time, I can't see the Raiders trading in the division unless they give up like a king's ransom, like a
Right.
first and a second or something, which would be crazy. But if Devontae goes to the Chiefs, who's beating them?
No one.
You know.
I don't think he's going there because it's in division.
But that's why
Agreed.
I agree. So I'll go dark horse. I'll say the Jets put their nuts on the table and reunite Devontae, and
That would
Aaron
help
Rodgers.
Garrett Wilson tremendously in
Yeah.
fantasy, I believe. It would take targets
It would
away,
take a lot
but it'll
away.
give him the big play now because he's
The
not going to be the
corners, right.
focus.
Right.
So go ahead. Sorry.
My I don't think the Jets are a dark horse. I think they're more like
The favorite.
in the race.
Favorite. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
the dark
They are the
horse,
favorite betting
They're
odds.
the favorite, yeah.
All right, fuck me.
Them, the Saints, and then I think is the
you know,
Steelers.
the dark horse would be the Cowboys.
That would be.
That would
interesting.
be
I read Jerry said he's out.
Yeah.
typical.
They just don't have the money.
They got 24 million.
They could have did it this year.
Yeah, but he's getting like 30 something, I think.
No, he was only 14 this year, but they were saying like you could trade an asset and they would pay the salary this year.
Oh,
Like say like I'll give you a first round pick if you pay his salary this year, and that's how they would get it under there.
Yeah. So
They should
Jerry-
because
They should absolutely.
Jerry
Lamb
could have
goes
took
down,
Derrick
fuck.
Henry. Jerry could have took Devontae Adams. Like if you really look at
Henry,
the
right,
little
yeah.
bit of bread that they had, that last little bit, like the Dallas Cowboys all in could have been the most dangerous team.
Bro, CD, Devontae, Dak Prescott, and
Derrick
Derrick Henry. Yeah, good luck, bro. They're winning 15
and
games.
Ferguson up the middle.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
Where do you
Yeah,
think he's going?
solid.
Where do I think he's going? This just screams Cleveland.
What?
I think he's going to the Browns.
Wait, what?
From one bad spot to another.
I think they
No
do.
way.
I think they will.
What about
He's too. Yeah, I think he's too old.
I got him going to the Browns. I just feel like the Browns, they have Deshaun Watson, who looks, as he plays more, he looks worse. So they may think that this is the only year with that defense, or they don't have enough years left. And the Browns are in win now mode. Whether you think Deshaun Watson is good or not, but his contract and the rest of those contracts on that team are win now.
Right.
They signed Jerry Jeudy in the offseason. I believe if they send like a third rounder and Amari Cooper send him back to the Raiders, you bring Devontae in, even if you don't trade Amari Cooper and you just give him a second. I think it's the Cleveland Browns.
Pause. I love you, dude, but that was the worst. That was the worst prediction I've ever heard.
Why?
The Browns.
You'll see.
I mean, it was elaborately thought of. I would eat my
I'm
words
telling
if it
you,
happens, but that was horrible.
We're saving this clip because we're coming. We're saving this clip because it's coming.
Save it.
Right. Nick's got to tell his, but I got three
one.
teams that would help.
I got one.
The Saints.
I got a different reunion now. Devontae Adams with Aaron Jones in Minnesota. How about Sam Darnold? How about Justin Jefferson,
and
Addison? They're going to get Hawkinson coming back. You're going to have Devontae Adams.
Fuck
You're going to
JJ
have
McCarthy.
Aaron Jones.
Wow.
You want to go all the fuck
That's all
in.
in.
You got the chips in and they're not paying a quarterback.
Yeah.
So they could do this kind of move. So this is the type of move that I would do if I'm the Vikings. I'm saying, fuck it. Sam Darnold it is, baby. Let's fucking ship it all in. Let's go all in. You're 4-0.
Why not?
You're 4-0. But here's the kick. Here's the drawback. Does it fuck up the mojo with the team? Because you are 4-0. To me, I think it built excitement.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like, holy
Adams
shit,
could.
yo, our organization's going all in. Like we have a chance to win the Super Bowl this year or go to the Super Bowl. With Darnold. I mean, look, if he could deliver the ball like that, they have a chance. They play in a dome. You got fucking Adams, Jefferson, Hawkinson's going to come back, right? Like
Jones.
Like right now, the Vikings are. We could say they're going to make the playoffs. So if they get in and they get healthy, there
Dangerous.
I'll tell you,
that's dangerous.
Another potentially filled potential team. You know, it's another one. If that one clicks,
That would be a bomb squad. That would be a goddamn bomb squad.
There's three more teams that make sense.
Well, Buffalo.
Buffalo 1, Baltimore 2, and Pittsburgh 3.
Buffalo would be fire.
I think he wastes his time in Pittsburgh.
I hope he goes to the Ravens.
I agree with that. He wastes his time in Pittsburgh.
I think he goes to the same situation on offense with a better defense.
Right. Yeah.
He's going to have the same problem. They're not going to be able to get him the ball.
Agreed.
You don't believe in Russ coming back and saving Pittsburgh?
No way. And I think the other problem is I don't think George Pickens, I think that'll fuck the locker room up. I don't think George Pickens can handle it because I think he's an immature diva like AB. And I think if Devontae Adams comes there, Devontae Adams isn't going to deal with no bullshit. If he doesn't get 5 targets in a game and he doesn't block the wide receiver, Devontae Adams isn't going to deal with that. He's been around, Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy. He was around respected guys. He is a respected guy.
What about Baltimore or Buffalo?
I love Baltimore.
I don't think Baltimore, they're a run team.
True.
They're a run team.
I'm with you. I don't think it's a good fit either.
It would be cool.
It would
I
be
think
the
it'd
first
cool.
like elite wide receiver that Lamar had.
Right, but he's not an elite passer.
Right.
So
Correct.
that's where it's
right.
like
the down the
sense.
But
field
that can
would
help him.
hurt. Yeah, it can, but like down the field is
He
not
can
Lamar's
barely get
specialty, and
he
that's
can
where
barely get it
Devontae
to Zay
is.
Flowers, dude.
That's
He literally could barely get the ball to Zay
you're
Flowers.
sure.
It
I would
doesn't.
love for him to go to Buffalo.
That's a fire. If
I think-
Devontae Adams went to Buffalo, it would be a
It would
problem.
be a problem.
Especially with that run game.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you have a top 5 run game in the NFL this year.
And then Keon Coleman can develop.
Fuck Keon Coleman. You got Shakir.
I know, but like the development of Keon
I got
Coleman
you.
would
I'm
be
sorry.
from
Yo,
the leadership of
when-
Adams.
Yeah.
When Josh Allen had Diggs, he made everybody else on the team better.
Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis is kind of getting lost in Jacksonville right now.
That's because that quarterback stinks.
Yeah.
But point being, you give Allen somebody like Devontae Adams, it's kind of like, okay, look, dude, you're the veteran. You are respected. These kids are going to listen to you, and I'm going to get you the fucking ball. And when everybody's waiting for me to throw you the ball, these kids are going to eat too. Just the way Stephon fucking played the whole fucking Bills offense. I think if he does go there, that's scary for the Bills.
What's the market for
What
that?
about the Saints?
My brother just said that in the chat.
The Saints.
What
No,
about
I
the
know
Saints?
because there was a lot of talk about that. Yeah, and shout out to Rob. Yeah, he
Where
brought
would they
them
say
up.
that at? Where was it today?
It was all over the internet a couple hours ago. The Saints emerged along with the Jets. So the Saints and the Jets are kind of neck and neck for the services.
Didn't Devontae not like Derek Carr?
No, no. He loves Derek
They
Carr.
liked him. He didn't like Garoppolo.
Remember, they shifted Carr right as they put Devontae.
He was pissed about that.
He was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he went there because of Derek Carr.
They played at Fresno.
Like Garoppolo.
They played at Fresno together. Like they're homies, and it's if he went to the Saints, man, that would be good too, and that would help Olave because I don't think Olave is a 1. Olave is like a possession 2.
I agree.
Shaheed would be open.
A great.
He would be opened up too. Pause, but he would be awesome as a 3.
Yeah,
he really would. And then you got Kamara, who's playing for a contract. So Kamara's on his shit this year.
Yo, I will say this though. Something about Olave just reminds me of Devontae Smith. Everybody says he's a 1A, 1B. It's like, nah, I just think he's a really, 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 really good 2. Like
who?
Olave.
I feel the same way.
Devontae Smith. And I
think
he's
a 2.
The same way.
Right.
He's a top level 2.
Same thing with Olave. Which
there's nothing wrong with.
No. That's a compliment.
Yeah. But I just don't think Olave's a number 1. You put Devontae Adams out there. Damn, another team that has the potential to go because that Saints defense. Oh my!
Because he has the size, the speed, the skill set, like the veteran presence, just the brain of being an NFL receiver, the experience, like all that. Like you get all of that.
How many games does Oakland win this year?
If they lose Adams,
even with him,
they
won him without him. So
they're what 3-2. They probably win 6 or 7.
I think they're 2-2, right?
They're 2-2.
Oh yeah, we're only 4 weeks. Sorry, they're 2-2 because they won this. They beat the Browns and they beat the Ravens.
Yep.
Vegas had that one.
Yeah, let's stay in the NFC South. Thursday night football tomorrow. Bucks at the Falcons. Falcons are -1.5. Who do you trust more in this game, Baker or Kirk? Because I made the statement a few weeks ago.
Baker.
I got Baker over Kirk any day.
Baker has been good. He's just been in bad situations.
It goes back to the first topic of the night.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, look what happened when he got on Tampa. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is gonna blow." Guy goes to the playoffs, beats the Eagles. It's like, wait a minute.
Mike Evans and Godwin.
Bro, me and Nick,
the squad
predicted them to be
Brady
4-12
and played and got to the Super
Bowl. They were ready.
Remember that we were looking at that schedule.
Yeah, they were brutal.
Exactly. Yeah. Top 5, and their defense is still pretty solid. Like they're not going to let you score 1 million on them, but they are gonna like hold.
You got Todd Bowles, who's a defensive head coach.
Yeah, so
like their defense is going to be somewhat decent.
I got Baker.
Godwin has been cooking.
So is that?
I have Baker too, obviously.
Yeah,
but not like the resurgence of Godwin this year has been wild.
Well, he's always been good. He's always been a target hog. He's just injury prone. Yeah,
like
he's got to get necked up.
Evans, dude.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's
certified Hall of Famer.
Evans is unbelievable.
He's been on my squad for the last 7 years.
He's the most underrated fantasy guy too. Like I feel like he just never
You know what's crazy?
Yeah,
I value him.
I do.
You know what's crazy? I agree with Nick because I'll never forget, dude. When we were at our draft, it was me, you, and Tom. Yeah, I think you might have went to take a piss or something, and Tom's like, "Yo, I just got Mike Evans for $21." He's like, "Is something wrong with him? Like, did he get hurt or something?" And I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what
he was saying. He's like, is he wild? I'm dead serious. Yeah, you could ask him. Like, he was confused because he's like, why did I just get him for $20? And I'm like, I don't know, bro. I said, I wish I would have got him.
I don't know why people thought he was washed, but I think a lot of people probably did just because he's been around for a while.
Father time. I think
he's the most consistent wide receiver, bro. It's crazy. He opened my eyes to him because we were having a debate, I don't know, 2 years ago, probably, when we were talking about top 10 wide receivers, because it was back when Mike was still here.
Yeah,
Brady loved him.
And we were talking about it, and we were saying, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like Mike Evans, it's just when you see this, it's just like he don't pop.
Yeah.
And then he shows me like the stats, and I'm looking at everything, and like I'm just like, yeah, bro, he's consistent.
But he got the stats and he's got the ring.
Bro, he's
so that's what like propels him to Hall of Fame and put him on the map.
Absolutely a Hall of
Fame. Besides Brady too, like who was his fucking quarterbacks? Like
Jameis
Winston, Josh McCown, right?
He never had a quarterback.
Nothing great. But
did he play with Josh Freeman?
1,000 yards. He might have.
He actually might have. He actually probably did.
That's serious. I think he did in the beginning.
He's been in the league for a decade, bro. He's been in the decade. He's been in the league since 2014. So for 10 years. Like, well, this is his 11th year, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So he's been in the league for a while and he's seen it all. So it's like, dude, the fact that he had 1,000, like he's quarterback proof, dude.
Yeah,
like it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? And that's Hall of Fame worthy.
Absolutely.
You know, like
no doubt about it.
Those guys that step up, regardless of who the fuck the quarterback is, you know that they're like a legit wide receiver. They make the team better.
You almost get to the playoffs with Jameis Winston. That's wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's up?
Little Benjamin
Oh,
Franklin.
my bad. All right, who you got tomorrow? I got the Bucks minus. I got the Bucks plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5. I'll give the Bucks -6.
No. That's the line. Falcons are -1.5. Falcons are -1.5.
I think the Bucks are just gonna win. I don't think the Falcons are that good. I think they're poorly ran. I think Cousins is Kirk Cousins. He's just average, you know.
I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Some organizations, like Kirk's not going to pull them out.
No.
I'm actually.
They don't,
Wait
even
a
know,
minute.
they don't even know what to do with Kyle Pitts.
Nah,
Hold on, bro.
you guys are reading this wrong.
Hold on,
the
bro.
Bucks
I think-
coming off a monster win like that
I
against
kinda-
the Eagles. Like I'm taking the Falcons here all day. I'm
So
reading the
am I.
line. The line is telling me the Atlanta Falcons are the play. They're home.
I wouldn't be
and
shocked. But
yeah, they're home, dude.
Yeah, it
Bucks
wouldn't
coming off a
shock me.
big win. It's a short week. It's a bad spot for the Bucks.
The
I'm
Falcons
sorry.
shouldn't be giving them 1.5
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
because you
not.
could kind of make
Wait,
an argument.
The Falcons are plus 1.5.
No, they're the favorite.
They're the favorite.
Right.
They
Like
should
that
be
doesn't make any
favored
sense.
against-
Like to
against
me,
them, right?
to me,
Tampa?
Bucks are a better team.
That's a
Tampa?
2. Yeah,
It's
that's
just a spot.
That's a 2 point.
Nah, it's in Falcons.
Just based
I
on the
like that.
spot, I'm taking the Falcons.
Me too. I got the Falcons. I'm switching.
I'm gonna stick with
Bucks.
Baker.
Stay in
I'm gonna
Bucks.
stick with Baker.
Let's talk about my favorite game of the week. 9:30 a.m. Meet me at the London. Vikings -2.5 at the Jets. Sammy D's revenge. You think he comes out like that, or he don't really give a fuck?
Jets win.
Jets win.
That's my favorite pick of the week.
Me too. Me too.
I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking the Jets and Survivor.
Because everybody's
Yo,
on the
people-
Vikings.
Yeah.
Now, not just that. People really
It's-
forget the Jets have one of the best defenses in the league.
Agreed.
Like, and that's where I think like people are kind of misconstruing like the Aaron Rodgers situation. If you look at who he played, he did play Atlanta. Atlanta has a top ranked defense. So
They are good.
yeah,
They are good, Jay.
yeah. So at the end of the day, like the Jets have proven, like, I mean, even in fantasy, they've proven like 20 plus points. Like they get busy. They know how to attack the ball. Like they know
Me
what they're doing. Baby, do me a favor, hit this blunt.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I think the Jets are going to win here, and I think they win convincingly. Actually, too. Like I feel like
What's the spread?
everybody's going to
Vikings
take the Vikings.
-2.5.
Vikings.
They're due. They're
Minus-
due.
They're so fucking due, dude. This is like a disaster game for them in London. I just feel like they're riding high. I think the Jets need this more than the
Jets
Vikings.
win
do.
by-
the
Jets win by a field goal.
the Jets just lost one of the worst games they could possibly lose this season. You lost to one of the worst teams.
You got to make up for it. Now
You
you have to
make
win.
up for
Now
it,
you have to
right.
win
Like,
2 games
and
that
you
you're
got-
not supposed to
and
win.
you have the,
Jets
It's
win by a field
game
goal.
on now,
Yeah.
dude. You know what I mean?
and you have the
Calling
annoying.
it. No, calling it right now. Jets win by a field goal. It pushes the spread. It'll be some. What's the over under?
I don't have
That
it in
I
front of
don't
me.
know.
I would probably guess like 39.5.
So if it's 39.5, I could definitely see it being 17-17, and then boom, they kick the field goal at the end. It pushes the 2. Jets win. If you took the money line, you're hot. You know what I mean? And it'll be to the last second. That's my call on that.
And you got to factor in London too.
40.5.
So there
I'm
you
really like that, bro.
So there you go. If you really look at it, then that's just telling you right now. You said
20-17.
London will be a shitty.
Yeah,
team.
20-17.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Field
London's
goal,
a trash
field goal
field.
pending to tie it, and then you take it to overtime, and then there's the over.
Could go to OT.
Or could end in a tie, and it could end in 20-20 tie in London.
That'd be
I
bold.
might bet that
Yeah.
actually.
Yo, bet it. Why not?
Why not?
Are you guys for or against these international games?
I understand what they want to do, but like I'm against it. Like when they said about like Green Bay and the Eagles going to Brazil, and
That
it's
was
just like
weird.
to me, it's like,
There's
all right, bro. Like
Germany,
I get it. You want to
Brazil.
do all that. That's cool. You want to try and be global, but at the same time, you got to protect your players, dude. Like you can't wear you sent 2 green teams that are predominantly green and told them not to wear, and you're telling them not to wear green. Don't have your cell phone out on the street. And like we know people that have been to Brazil in the group chat.
Just got back from Brazil.
Oh yeah, you were with them, and they're saying like, yeah, bro, it's really like that. And I actually now that I'm remembering, you told me like you didn't wear jewelry and shit.
I mean, I've been to a couple international countries. Like you just don't go out there looking like more than anybody
Flashy,
else. Yeah, you
right.
just go out and just go. Like I mean, I remember me and Junta were walking around by ourselves. Like remember Aunt Mark and Gio? They went and climbed a mountain. You know,
Yeah.
me and Junta just hit the streets of Brazil, and I'm like, all right, like you could definitely tell, like you don't want to fuck around, but at the end of the day, I do think a lot of that stuff is hyped up. Like these places aren't ganglands where like you walk on the street, it's like, yo, get down, that guy's gonna rob you. It's like, nah, man, you go in a spot where you're not supposed to. Like if you have a little bit of common awareness, like you just don't
Yeah.
go down that street.
Yeah.
That's how it is in Jamaica.
I'm just
Right.
tired.
Same thing. Like it's
They
beautiful.
tell you, don't go to Kingston.
Yeah, just don't go over here. They tell
Don't go
you
to
don't
Kensington
go
either. I'm
here.
feeling
Yeah, right.
But
Stay away from Kensington too.
no, the international games though, like I get it.
I'm just
But-
tired of them, dude.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
but like here's like
I
here's
just
the
like it
thing.
at 9:30 in the
The
morning.
opening
I
week,
do
right?
like that.
The
I wake
opening
up
week.
and football's here.
Or fuck.
The opening week, the Eagles and fucking Green Bay, they play in Brazil. It's the opening week of football. Like it's an American sport.
Bro,
Why the fuck is it
It's
overseas?
our
That's
sport.
a good point.
It's our
They
fucking
knocked
sport.
it out of the way.
Would you
They
have?
knocked it out.
I know, but it's opening week. Like it's you're like you're literally opening the season up.
It's
Like,
football
in
Americana.
another country. It doesn't even make any
And
fucking sense.
It's our biggest sport. So take their
Yeah.
biggest sport, which is soccer, and take like Liverpool or like Manchester United. Would they come over to fucking Philly and play their home opener?
I think they
in
would
Philly?
from a grand
their
sport.
home opener, dude.
No,
No way.
I really think of it. I really think that's kind of
Soccer's
smart.
bigger over
Damn,
there.
Nick's a
than it is.
patriot.
No, I just
That's
think
some bullshit.
I think it's smart financially for them. because-
America first.
Well, they
That's some
money.
bullshit.
Nick,
yeah.
always
are you
America.
America first?
Absolutely, I'm America first.
I'm
I
with you.
always stand on that, dude. Like, it's our sport, and you have it overseas. I don't understand the not on week one, like during
I
week
made-
4,
right, well,
week
I
5.
made-
It's cool.
I made this.
You want to spread
suggestion.
awareness? I'm cool with it.
Preseason and Pro Bowl. You can have our bullshit. I don't. You're not getting.
That's a good idea. Like
you
the Pro
dock-
Bowl should
yeah,
be there. Yeah, that's
you're
a great
dock-
idea.
you're docked
Problem is
at
our
home
Pro
game.
Bowl is blow now.
And
Yeah,
so does
nobody
our,
wants to
so
go
does
there.
our preseason.
Going back to is
Both
football
games
better
suck.
now or before? They used to play in the Pro Bowl like it meant something.
But realistically, how many people in England are like, you know what? I'm a fucking diehard New England Patriots fan now. Not that many.
No,
Come on, let's not
no.
kid ourselves. It's just taking advantage of the people that live in the states that have money that want to travel
Travel.
and support their team.
Right.
Well, hold on. This is what I said about that game too. When I went to Brazil, the currency definitely is way different. Like our American dollar goes so much further in Brazil. And I thought to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, what's the cost to get into this game? Is it American ticket dollars? Is it Brazil ticket dollars? Like what is the cost to get into the game?
Mhm.
Because if it's,
Yeah, that's true. What is it?
I never dug too deep into it, but you
Gotta
know,
be curious.
I'm
'cause
sure
if
we
you
could
go to the
find out.
link, it's like $300 minimum.
Well, no, we were talking about it in
Yeah,
the
for a
shop the
hot
one
dog.
day.
Yeah.
Yo, if you really bust it down, like, and this is where I think it's
Whoa.
kind of confusing. When you look at it, let's say you want like a nice ticket at the lake, right? You're gonna spend like $250. You're gonna bring somebody
Easy.
with you, so that's $500. You're gonna spend
Parking.
$100 to either take Ubers or get your parking going. So let's just throw that at, let's just say 75. It's like you're already sitting at almost $400. You didn't buy anything yet.
Now let's get some food and a beer.
Yeah, let's just say $100 for shit like that. Like, yeah, you're paying $700-800 a game.
Now you're feeling good. Now your team's winning too. Now you want to go buy a shirt.
Yeah, so is it $700-800 to go see an
Yeah.
Eagles game in Brazil,
Yeah.
or you got him?
I'm saying upwards of $180.
Well, hold on, that's 180.
USD.
U.S. doll hairs.
US
No,
dollar.
fuck, what is that? Is that in dollars?
Is that in dollars?
What I'm looking
What
at.
is that sign?
I got USD.
Yeah, it's pesos.
Right, that's why I'm like, which one's which? Because if that's in pesos,
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
StubHub's in pesos,
In London?
not
This is
pesos.
the London game you're talking over here.
We're looking at Brazil.
Oh, my
I'm looking
bad.
at
Pounds.
The
No,
Brazil-
we're looking
Pounds.
pounds.
Yeah, pounds.
That's the-
Pounds.
So the pound is
Nick, I'll pound you.
Oh, wow.
all right. So it's a little
It's
cheaper.
aggressive.
It's cheaper.
I'm like that.
Yeah, but not for us. If we're gonna go travel,
Well, no, if we're going to go see the game, it's cheaper to physically go to the game, not to get there. But for people that are in Brazil, it looks like that ticket probably cost them almost $1,000.
sure.
of
If I'm a
relevancy-
Viking
of
fan and
relevancy.
I want to go see that, or go
Looks
back
like
to the Eagles week 1, you're paying flight, you're paying all that shit.
No, I'm
You're
talking
paying
about-
hotel.
You're paying an arm and a leg.
No, I'm
too,
talking
bro.
to people from Brazil.
right. Those
They're
people
paying
are-
their equivalents of almost
Sure.
a grand if that number is, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
nuts. Who the fuck can pay
why,
for that?
And why would they? Right. and It's not their team.
But they
So why
will.
would
Though.
they care?
Here's why they will, because it only comes so often to that that location.
What's it called? Football.
If
So
they-
it's
if
like
they
a
care.
historical thing to them. You know what I mean? It means something to them because they only experience it once in every so often, once a year, maybe if that, if they're lucky. I know they want to do it to once a year, but like it's to them that's like their Super Bowl is to them. You know what I mean? Because they don't get to experience an NFL game like we do. So like I understand it, but not week 1. Week 1 is some bullshit.
They're like
fuck all that.
kindergartners to it. They're like, oh my God, everything like makes a kindergartner happy. I'm like, I've been watching football almost 30 years. I'm like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
But
Shitty field and I just think it's
What do we
bullshit.
got?
Back on topic. Ravens -2.5 versus the Bengals.
The Bengals are getting their shit pushed in. But big Lamar week.
I got
Yeah,
I got Joey B.
I'm playing Derek.
I can't go against it. Joe Burrow is gonna put on for me.
Dude,
I just don't like the game.
They're desperate.
they are desperate as shit.
Their season, dude, but you can't go 1-4 and lose to the Ravens.
Is their season on the line if they lose?
What did we say earlier about their defense? Though?
It's dog shit.
How are they going to stop Henry?
I know.
How are they going to stop
Right.
Lamar?
I think it's one of those things where
You need
the
Burrow.
team sucks. Like the Bengals were, again, just like the Eagles. They were hot coming off the Super Bowl. They're still good. And since that day they lost, they have just done nothing but regress. I think at the end of the day, the Chiefs, or I'm sorry, the Ravens literally just break them the fuck down. I think it's very easy. They have a shit season. They realize very quickly that team is not going anywhere, and they're out of the race. And they'll play spoiler somewhere down the line.
Yeah, they'll beat somebody.
They'll beat somebody like, oh my God, they weren't supposed to win that game.
Yeah,
Burrow
man.
came out of nowhere.
They're
And it's
not
like,
the
well, it's
Steelers
for
out of
nothing but to
playoffs.
fuck them over.
Yeah.
But I think that might actually happen to the Bengals this season.
Who you got, Nick?
I think Vegas has this wrong. This line, truthfully, I think the Ravens are just a better team. Like we talk about it, how bad the Bengals defense is. Like the Ravens to me are going to overpower them, and I just feel like this is going to be the week where everybody comes to grips. Where it's like, yo, Cincinnati is just. They're not that good this year. This is not their year. I think this is the week where we actually kind of see that and start to peel the layer off.
Quick question.
That's gonna suck.
It is going to suck, but that's how I feel. The line is, I think they're wrong. I think they're expecting Cincinnati to put up the same amount of points as Baltimore, and I don't see that happening because the defenses are too lopsided. I'm getting the Ravens defense, and I'm getting the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm getting 2.5 points. I'm taking the Ravens, bro.
Questions, right?
It doesn't make any sense.
Let's go back to Dallas and the Giants. Dallas should have fucking mollywopped the Giants and kept it tight. Is this another one of them games? We sit here.
I like the Giants in that game.
But the Giants and the Cowboys, they always kind of play like weirdly tough, like here and there. You know what I mean?
Once in a while, you get a
once in a while,
like opening night last year.
Yeah, like
40-3.
It happens
like that.
But look at this game. I can't see any way that the Bengals could pull this off.
I'm right with you.
So this is where I'm like, okay, this is one of them things where unless it's another fucking trick to the fucking script or what the narrative they need to play, like Joey, be like, ready. The Cowboys were about to play the Ravens, and the Ravens were about to go 0-3. That is a team that cannot go 0-3.
Mhm.
Whether or not they lost the game, won the game, doesn't matter. It's like the Ravens are a contention team, whether they're going to do it or not. The Bengals are now showing like, yo, dude, last few years, like you had your opportunity. You're falling off. It's been real. Hate to say it, the Bengals, it's been real.
You're cooked.
Joey dyed his hair. Jamar Chase ain't happy.
Dude,
T. Higgins don't want to
T.
play.
Higgins is telling people to sit him in fantasy. Fucking
Yeah, which I'm kind of pissed, man, because I love Higgins.
I know, so do I, dude.
Love Higgins.
Yeah, I'm a big Higgins fan, man.
He doesn't want to play there. Jamar don't want to play there.
Real
Joey
fast,
don't want to play.
Real fast before we move on, do you think, because we were talking about Smitty and like there's been debates about Smitty and Higgins, do you think Higgins could be a 1 or is he in the Smitty class of really, really good 2? Top 2.
Higgins
two.
can't be a 1 because he's not reliable.
Too injury prone.
He can't be a 1.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you give him Devontae Smith's health, he's a 1. Because Devontae Smith has been healthy.
Well, he got hurt last
outside of his concussion, but it wasn't like a broken bone or tore something.
He's healthy, surprisingly.
Like Higgins, generally speaking, when you're a Higgins owner, he's out 4 weeks.
He's a headache.
Yeah,
he's a headache.
So
he is.
And I just know that because I have him this year and I'm experiencing it. But he says it like he's great to have. If Jamar Chase goes down, he's going to be fucking awesome. But the problem is, it's like a week to week game with him.
But even if Jamar Chase doesn't play, like I've seen the strategy in fantasy plenty of times. Oh my God, the main guy's out. Take the lower guy. No, that main guy is what gives the lower guy his fucking juice. I said it earlier. Like he doesn't have that.
Bills -1.5 at the Texans. Stephon, he digs her out. Returns versus the Bills.
Remember that was his nickname.
Stephon digs her out.
He digs her out.
My names are unrivaled, man.
They are. Seattle Seahawks.
They're still in our league, by the way. Some of the
really,
nicknames that you've made,
bro. It's so fucking funny, dude.
Listen, I'm telling you that I've scoured the internet. I do it every year. Nobody has my team name. Nobody. The Seattle Seahawks, the hardest team in the league.
We got Josh Allen versus CJ Stroud. This is a big game for both of these teams. Because I feel like if the Bills lose, it's like, all right, are they falling off? That narrative is going to start. Are they contenders? Are they pretenders? If Josh Allen has a fucking pick or a fumble, they're going to start. Are the turnovers starting? And then for CJ Stroud, if you lose, it's like you got the shit beat out of you by the Vikings. You're getting the shit beat out of you by Buffalo. You barely escaped the Jaguars, who were 0-3 at the time. So I feel like both teams have a lot on the line here. Are you in agreement with that?
I agree. I'm just going to go probably opposite of everybody because I think everybody's going to be on the Bills. I'm going to say CJ Stroud has a breakout game.
So do I. I'm in the same thing. I think the Texans win.
I think he has 3 touchdowns. I think Diggs has a game.
Yep.
Revenge game.
I got Stroud.
Yeah, everyone's going Texans. Okay.
Damn.
I'm only going Texans because you can't predict anything this year. There's nothing predictable.
No.
And usually, like in the first 4 weeks, you can kind of go, oh, they're pretty hot. They're pretty good. And I feel like those are the teams that are kind of padded. The Chiefs, the Steelers.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hold on, these people are kind of getting some fluff here. And it's like the real teams are about to emerge. I'm telling you, CJ Stroud will come out and be one of the biggest threats again, like he was last year.
I hope so. I like him.
Yeah, he's a stud,
I
dude.
think he's good.
The league is better when he is cooking.
Yeah. He's an exciting player.
Yeah,
man.
he
He's an
is.
exciting
And he just
player.
seems like he's a good guy too. That's always nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the Bills all day. I'm taking the,
There's no way.
I
with
don't
Josh
give a
Allen.
fuck what you guys say. I respect what you guys say. I really do. But
fuck what you heard.
But I gotta be honest with you, like the Texans are not as good as everybody thinks. Like I understand what you guys are saying. It's a big spot for them, this, that, and the third. But the way that the Bills got humiliated on primetime is they're going to bounce back. That leader, they respect Josh Allen in that locker room. They're going to play for him. They're going to come out. They're going to start swinging. They know the beef between Allen and Diggs. I'm telling you, like his teammates are they're going to rally for Josh.
They're going to play.
I really
hard.
believe that shit, man. And I think the Bills are going to put the fucking beat down on the fucking Texans. I think they're going to win at least by 7. I got the Bills heavy here. Heavy.
All right.
Heavy.
All
And I'm telling you right now,
Clip that shit.
I'll tell you right now, if the Texans struggle the way they have struggled the first 4 weeks against the Bills, it's going to be a massacre. I'm telling you, because if you keep penalizing yourself in the opponent's territory, it's going to bite you in the end. It is, because the Texans defense, it's been okay. It's been decent. They gave up what 94 points this
Nothing
year.
special.
Nothing special. It's them and the Bills. They had the same defense.
Yeah.
It's just, okay, whose offense is going to put on? I think my guy's better. I think my guy 17 is a lot better, and I don't really give a fuck.
Football.
That's straight up.
We'll see. Is that the night? That's not the
You
night
got to
game.
ride with him with that shirt.
He's going to do awesome, and James Cook is going to run down their throat too.
Is that the night game? Is that Sunday night?
I think so.
I will be tuned out.
I don't think
Be
so.
at the
Oh shit, the Phillies.
Yeah.
I'll be at the Sunday game
You'll be there
too.
too. Nice.
Braves are getting the shit beat out of them right now.
That's
That's probably because I got money on them.
too. Braves.
Wait, so that game is actually at
Might be 4:30.
yeah,
Stroh's getting bounced.
it is.
That was nice.
All right,
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock game.
One. Damn, that's corny.
Yeah, it is corny.
That's gay. That's a fire game.
That's gay.
That's gay. That sucks, dude. I want to watch that.
Yeah, that is a fire game.
Cowboys at Steelers. Steelers minus 1.5. This is the Sunday night football game. Excuse me. Justin Fields is a favorite over Dak Prescott. Look, I'm just going to say this.
That's crazy.
I'm taking the Steelers here, and I'm just reading the line. That line's talking to me because there's no way Justin Fields and the Pittsburgh Steelers should be favored over Dallas. And I know Dallas hasn't looked sharp. I criticized them earlier. But Dak is worlds better than Justin Fields. Mike McCarthy versus Tomlin. Tomlin's probably got the edge, but Mike McCarthy's not trash. And I just feel like, how are the Steelers favorite, bro? Huh?
He's not thin either.
Yeah, he's not thin
Dude,
either.
it's the
He's a
deep-
tasty cake eating motherfucker.
It's that defense, man. That defense of the
It's really
Steelers is no
I did read today though that Fields has lost like 3 starting offensive linemen or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Or
Dexter
all-
Lawrence. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence is out. Is Parsons out?
He might be.
so.
He might be out.
I didn't even realize that.
But still, Fields with no offensive line kind of creeps me out.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not taking no fucking Steelers over Dallas. I can't. Dak is a way better quarterback than Justin Fields. Like I trust him over Fields. Ain't no but. I seen Justin Fields, bro. I know he had a good game last week, but he ain't no Dak Prescott. I agree. Dak Prescott's a way better quarterback. I trust him. He's got. I trust their offense to score points.
What's the line?
More than the Steelers. The Steelers struggle to score points.
Right.
And I don't think Dallas's defense is all that bad, even though they had the injuries. But I don't really think that Pittsburgh's offense is all that good.
So here's the question, right?
Their offense is middies.
That's what I'm saying.
At best, bro.
But we really got to look at one thing. What is the Cowboys right now? Like, what even are the Cowboys? It's CeeDee Lamb. That defense will lock him the fuck down and make Jalen Tolbert, Zeke, and Dowdle win that game. And I'm telling you, that's the game where I think people are like, oh my God, this is easy. Bet the Cowboys. And guess what? They won't put up more than 14 points.
Well, what about Ferg?
Dallas has
what about Fergie
Ferg?
They have nothing.
What about Fergie?
Right. And I think he could put up yards. I think he can maybe get them on the board. But at the end of the day, dude, the defense for the Steelers is the reason they're 4-0.
Yeah.
The Steelers have only been relevant for the last since Big Ben's been out because of their defense.
Right.
That's it.
Facts.
But
they do hold people that have high-powered offenses to 17 points. And it's like, look, can you score 17 points on Dallas's fucking defense? Yes, you can if you have a run game. And guess what? Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, watch them go to work on Dallas. Maybe not score a lot of touchdowns, but eat the fucking clock up. Listen, I'm calling it right now. I think the Steelers actually can win that game outright.
If the Steelers start 5-0, dude.
Yeah,
that's why
they don't need
what do you mean?
offense.
They lost last week.
That's
I'm sorry, 4-1. Excuse me, I forgot they lost to
Yeah,
they're
3-1. They lost to the Colts.
The Colts.
Yeah, I mean
Joe Flacco.
Dallas is a better team than the Steelers, but not when all you're sitting there carrying on is CeeDee Lamb. It's like, yo, double cover that fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because guess what? The second people do that and they realize we can't run the ball, and you think we're going to run the ball in the Steelers?
That's why
they have one of the highest run defenses. We're not getting there.
They have the worst rush offense.
That's why I don't see the Cowboys going anywhere, bro. That's exact. They have one player on offense. Literally, you have one skill player.
They're all in.
Yeah,
they're all in.
That's what they mean. Yeah, we paid our guys. We paid our 3 guys.
But if you look at it though, from last year, their offense that got Dak almost in the MVP race, he only threw 33 touchdowns.
Awesome.
The quarterbacks were ass last year.
He was awesome last year, Dak.
But we were really.
He should have won the MVP.
He should have won MVP.
But let's really look at it though. We were in eras where we were waiting to see if Peyton, Tom, or fucking Drew Brees threw 50 touchdowns first.
Yeah,
and we're taking 20 off the clock.
Way in favor of them.
I'm with you, Jack.
Oh yeah,
that's why 20 off the clock.
That's why I argue the MVP is a joke, bro. Because like you have players that are hitting 20-something touchdown passes and they're winning MVPs, and you had Drew Brees who had fucking 40-something and never won. It's insane. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
That's one of the crazy. That's like for me, like a top 5, top 10, like one of those crazy phenomenons. Like Drew Brees never won an MVP.
We have dumbed down like the greatness of quarterbacks. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. It's just a new era.
Aaron Rodgers 15-1 season. Oh, the year he won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Brady.
You couldn't have just not given it to him.
Yeah, I know. Like,
and sorry, Tom.
It's crazy, bro, because also too, like even in the Mahomes and Brady thing, like Brady benefited from
is the OG Mahomes.
Yeah, but Brady benefited because as he got older in his career, the brutal hits were getting eliminated out of the game.
Yeah.
Like now these quarterbacks, that's why like the Favre's on, they couldn't play till 40.
No.
Now look, they're better athletes now. They eat better, they train better. I get it, but they don't take the pounding that they used to.
Wait, Spanos sends me videos. Spanos sends me videos. We'll shoot them back and forth at least 4 to 5 times a week of just the old school like videos on Instagram. Hard hits.
Dude, it's the best.
Like, yo,
I love
watching that.
Comes the boom. Yeah,
jacked up. Jacked up was awesome.
Yeah, you got jacked up. Yeah. It was celebrated when you got fucking lit up.
Right, but now
they were laughing at you and shit. Berman, they were laughing
at their own segment.
Yeah, but now you can't jack up a $30 million receiver. You can't jack up a $20 million running back or a $100 million quarterback.
Jacked
gotta
up.
find them on YouTube.
Yeah,
Jacked up.
up.
You
Oh,
got
yeah.
jacked up. Yeah,
They're
they used to
great.
celebrate
They're
it all the
great.
time, dude.
What are you saying,
It would
man?
be a-
You got jacked
Bro,
up.
it would be a guy that got his fucking clock clean, bro. Straight
I
up.
just saw one. I think I
Straight
sent,
up,
the one I
bro.
sent you. Remember Ryan Clark on Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
He destroyed Wes Welker. Like Wes Welker's head just
Oh,
bounced off the
yeah,
ground.
yeah,
Like, he
yeah,
just laid- I was like, oh my
yeah.
god.
But
Yo,
he was on
jacked
jacked
up.
up.
Can we get kicked out of the
Yeah.
league today?
Oh my god. Oh my god,
yeah,
bro.
You're getting fined $100,000.
You'll be arrested now. Oh my god.
Let's go.
Take it out and
Yeah.
Let's go through the rest of the slate, and then we're done for the night. Panthers versus Bears. Bears minus 3.5.
Bears. Bears.
You got the Bears?
Yeah, I got the Bears.
Give me Andy Dalton.
I'm taking the Panthers too because I think Caleb Williams actually stinks.
I do too.
I got the Bears. Jokes aside, I got the Bears.
I'm gonna take the Panthers here. I'm with you guys.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
I think they look good, but under Dalton, they're scoring points.
Cool.
The Bears
Rocket.
have
Give me the
struggled to
Bears.
score points.
Give me
So,
the
Great
like,
point, bro. It's very
I just,
simple.
I know it's very simple for me. Yeah, I can't lie.
Dolphins at Patriots. Patriots minus 1.5.
Dolphins.
I like the Patriots.
Yeah, give me the Pats.
I'll take the Pats at home. I don't think Dolphins can score.
Where's their quarterback? Huntley again?
Huntley,
Yeah,
yeah.
he stinks.
Stop.
He's a Pro Bowler though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He was the 90th reserve.
I got the Pats.
Best pro.
Pats at home.
Colts at Jaguars. Jags minus 2.5.
Colts.
This is my favorite bet of the week. Well, one of them. Jags.
Mm.
I'm with you. I'm taking the Jags.
I got the Jags here.
I want to take the Jags.
They shouldn't be
but
favored.
they're
should be
so
favored.
fucking bad.
Yeah, yeah, they shouldn't be favored.
There's Trevor Lawrence blows.
The Colts just
know.
beat the Steelers, who were undefeated, and now they're underdogs with the
but-
Jags.
but-
The Jags stink.
In fairness, though, Jonathan Taylor may be out.
That's true.
That'll hurt.
Trey Sermon
Sorry.
will step in.
You fucker.
Wait. Okay, I may digress on that then if Jonathan Taylor's out.
On behalf of the association.
On behalf of the
Brownies at Commanders.
Uh,
Commanders minus 3.
The commies.
This line is low, bro.
I like the Browns.
It's a weird line.
I like the Browns.
It's just a weird line.
Give me the Skins because, and I'm not going to call them the Commanders. I'm going to call them the Skins.
I like that.
The foreskins.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get to talk about it because we were talking about other shit. To play devil's advocate to everybody just huffing fucking Daniel's bird.
Yeah.
He hasn't beaten anybody.
I
He's beaten
agree.
some dog shit teams.
Yeah.
He does look good. I'm not going to take that away from him. I'm not going
Yeah.
to be a hater, but I do have a bet with Ant and Lamar and my guys need to do better than his guys.
Oh, yeah.
So Daniels needs to go down this week.
Damn.
Give me the Browns.
You got the Browns.
I got the Browns this week too. I think the Skins they're coming off 2 really big emotional wins, and they just blew out the Cardinals in Arizona. You're flying home. I got the Browns here, and I think Deshaun Watson is fucking garbage. But
I just don't.
I'm
like-
with you because now I feel like Jaden Daniels is starting to get the national attention, especially with his he was the first one in history with like 90-something%. He was the highest percentage in completion percentage to start his
Been
career.
doing
Yeah,
great.
we-
I can't-
we-
So like
we
like
waited.
all these things are coming to light now. Like he's starting to make his name in the league. I feel like I don't know. I feel like teams are going to be more prepared, but
I got the Commanders.
I'm going to take the Commanders. They're just better, dude.
Yeah.
Like the Brown. It's hard to bet. It's hard to take the Browns and trust that.
Yeah, I got.
You know what I mean?
God damn it, family.
Yeah, I got the.
Well, here's my issue though. Giants, Bengals, Cardinals.
Yeah, that's ass, and asser.
That's all he beat, and he got his shit pushed in by Tampa.
I mean, you play who's on the schedule.
You
Right,
do,
but
you
we're
do.
talking
I-
about the Browns.
But I'm saying everybody's got the anointing cream out for him that he's going to.
I agree. I agree with that.
MVP, he's
And,
gonna be
and,
rookie
and
of
that
the
does
year.
worry me. That does worry me in this matchup. But at the same time, it's like Cleveland has nothing for me to even like
True.
want to offer to even take them.
Nick Chubb's practicing.
Yeah, but that's
21
not enough.
Yo, but we also said this last year about Stroud. You know what I mean? Oh, it's going to fizzle out. It's going to fizzle out.
Yeah, it may
Motherfucker
not.
took out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It
He
may
went the
not.
whole year. Like, he was actually tested. He
Until
played
Lamar ate him from the back.
twice.
Jeez.
Jesus.
I don't know. The Commanders have the number 1 offense right now in the league. So I mean,
Scary.
It's hard to hate on him.
Scary fucking.
Scary Terry.
Cardinals at 49ers. 49ers minus 1.5.
Don't like that game.
I like the Cardinals.
I'm gonna take.
I like the Cardinals with them points.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals with the points, but I'm gonna take the Niners winning.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals with the Pernts.
Give me both. Niners.
Niners,
Uh,
Niners.
Fuck Kyler Murray.
That is a big line. That's a really big line.
I just wait. What was the line?
7.5.
Oh, 7.5.
This is a division game though.
Well, the
You got a
Cardinals
7.5?
Cardinals just got blown out too.
Mhm.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
All right. Raiders at Broncos. Oh my God, this should be a
Barn burner.
yeah, bro. This is like watching Sheamus and Derek.
That's crazy.
I'm coming for everything this year.
I cannot believe Sheamus is that low right now.
Bro, the funniest text I think I ever saw from him was when like the CDs came out and I said something fucking with him and I just see the response. It's like, I can't believe I'm down here seated with this dude.
And you're like, I can't hear you.
And yeah, that's what it was. I can't hear you down there, bro.
That's insufferable.
Crazy.
Bro, I texted him like right when he was like 0-3 or something, and all he responded back was like, "Yo, I really hate you." Like, that was it. And I just started cracking up.
That
I'm like, awesome.
Our league, if you lose, or if like you should have won, like you know how you lost to me with. Not to rub it in, but
yeah,
like
that's all good.
you would have beat like 90% of the league and then you lose.
I would have
It's
only lost to
so-
2 people.
It's so unsufferable because
That's
Oh my God,
you
bro.
just have to listen to everybody suck their own dicks for like a whole week. And they're like, oh, my team is great, scouting and this and that, and the goats. And
The
just, like,
scouting cracks me
you
up.
just sit
Yo,
there
for real.
Scouting in the
like,
goats, he says. Scouting in the goats to be the name.
yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
Dude, that league is like unbelievable. It's so I'm telling you,
When
bro.
you
We
lose,
were
it's the worst week.
Bro.
You just hate it.
So I wake up this morning, right? Because Gianni woke up at 4:30. I couldn't go back to sleep. So like I've been up literally since 4:30 since my son got up. So like I look at my phone and I look on there and I see like the process and I'm like, oh shit, all right. So I look on there, bro. I said one comment in the chat. Seamus starts answering, Tom starts answering. Me, Tom, and Seamus are just ripping on people at 4:30 in the morning. And I just started laughing. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, yo, this chat is so shot out.
It's crazy. But when you win on the
the
contrary,
best.
you're like in the cool kid.
The one
Like everybody's like,
Dude,
you're the man, dude. You fucking
Yeah, bro. Like imagine waking up and saying, yo, you want Keenan on your baldy or Wicks on your back?
Like,
Tom
yo,
said
like,
some wild shit.
like that's the first thing he read when he woke up. Like
That's what I'm saying. Yo, he
crazy.
woke up.
Good
chill.
morning.
And then there'll just be a random picture of Paul's shit, and then like
Oh my God,
Tom
the
will
shit.
send-
Yo,
Tom
the
will
shit he
send
sent
some gay,
earlier.
yeah, Tom will send some gay ass porn.
What was that? Bro, it looked like chopped up steak in the bowl.
It was beef stew.
Oh my God,
Then
It was
bro.
he'll,
beef
send,
stress.
he'll just send a random picture from somebody he's friends with on Facebook that he hasn't talked to in 17 years.
Yeah, bro. Just a random picture. And then when somebody asks, who is that? Bull. Yes, I don't know how we got there, but Raiders at Broncos. Broncos minus 2.5.
Give me Bo Nix and the Broncos.
I don't even give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either.
I'm taking the Perns because nobody should be favored here.
I'm
So I'll
taking
take
the Raiders
Raiders.
outright.
Packers minus 3 at the Rams.
Oh, give me the pack.
I'll
Give me the
pack you.
Ooh.
I got the Packers with the Perns
Yeah,
and on the money line.
I like the Rams here. I think the Rams are just a fight.
He did Packers.
I got the Packers.
Giants at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks minus 6.5.
Give me Seahawks both ways.
Yeah.
Me too. Seahawks are good, dude.
Give me the Giants.
They are good. I slept on
Outright?
them.
Danny Dimes.
Oh my God.
Dropping.
Wow,
His
okay.
neighbor, is actually his neighbor's out though. Or not?
Oh yeah, I think he is
Yeah,
out.
yeah, he's
I
out.
forgot about that.
Seattle.
So best of luck, Wandale.
Seattle.
Tom
I'll
scouting.
still ride with him. I'll still ride with him, but not
Wandale?
not confidently.
Wandale's coming in, bro. Tom
hold on,
scouting.
real quick. Wandale has actually been
He's
putting me
pretty
up.
good. He's pretty good.
He's good.
Yeah, he's actually pretty solid.
He is. He's a good player.
Like if you had him or neighbors, you're doing pretty good.
Mhm.
So like surprisingly.
Monday Night Football. Before we get out of here, Saints at the Chiefs. Chiefs 5.5. I got the Saints with the Parents, but I think that the Chiefs win. I don't like that line.
That's a tough spot for the
In
Saints
Kansas City?
traveling. Yeah, it's in Kansas City. That's a tough place to play. On a Monday Night Football.
Not when we come in there with DC4.
Yeah, but that's a tough place to play. I'm going to take the Chiefs both ways.
You think they rally for Rice?
I do think they rally for Rice. I do.
Nah.
I think they find a way to win this
What's up with
football
them
game.
not declaring that he's out for the rest of the year.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, that's an odd situation.
right?
bro.
Isn't it the weirdest
I told
situation?
him, I said that's
he
either
clearly
really
tore his knee.
positive,
Bro,
or
that's
it's like
the
career
weirdest.
ending.
That's the weirdest
Like, they don't want to
situation.
admit it. Like, nah.
But
Do you feel me
apparently,
on that?
like it's really good news. Like he's not going to be out for the year or something like that. It's the weirdest situation I've ever seen in my life. I'm reading into it a lot.
It's not a torn ACL.
They're saying
don't
it's
know.
not torn. They're saying
really?
Apparently, there's a lot of sources saying it's
Hyperextension.
not torn. Yeah, more like a 4-week injury, which I was like, what?
That's crazy.
I would be like, that would be fucking.
That'd be
insane.
awesome.
That'd be great
awesome.
for
Yeah.
fantasy. Yeah, for fantasy. But still, I mean, I don't see that happening.
He
The way
texted
I
me-
saw
I
the
thought
video,
it
it
was
looked like his knee blew out as soon as he hit it. It was just the weirdest fucking play ever.
Look nasty.
The weirdest, freakest play you could ever see in
Fucking
your life.
Mahomes taking his own guys
Yeah,
out.
Bro, he
throwing a
texted me.
pick too.
Yeah.
Another pick, by the
They
way.
didn't call back.
Yeah, that's true.
He texted me after and was like, "Yo, what do you think about like the news?" He was like, "What are your thoughts on that?" And I'm like, I feel like when they say it, like it's going to be till Monday when it's going to get released, I'm like, that's either really positive or his fucking career's over. Like, I feel like it's one.
Yeah.
I think it's no, I'm not saying that like literally. I'm saying like it's just like I feel like it's like worlds apart.
I think it's a more positive thing because when like I was on the internet today and I follow Rashee Rice and he posted like a meme saying like he was strong or something like so. I think he's coming back.
I hope.
It's weird. Like I feel like he's coming back, bro.
Yeah.
At some point in time, I think he's gonna find a way back.
I got a question for you. What the hell was in that
That's
pen?
what he posted.
Yeah.
What is it?
The Lord, or it could be depressing.
Strength from the Lord.
What was in that pen?
Oh,
that's why we forgot our budget.
dude, that's why I forgot my budget. That's why we forgot our budget.
Dude, I'm stoned right now.
Fuck with me.
Fuck with me.
What just happened?
So,
like,
All right. So Chiefs, I got Chiefs outright.
I got the Saints, man.
Outright? You win this game?
Kamara.
Okay.
I got the Aints.
I hope you're right.
I'll take the Chiefs with you.
Okay.
I'm
All
right.
right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 218. Special thank you to our guys Mike and Jay for coming back with
Thanks
us.
for having us.
We're gonna be live next Tuesday at 8 p.m. with Tom as a special guest. It's next Tuesday, not Wednesday, because we'll be at rehearsal dinner because little bro is getting married.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Man.
So, all right, Nick, take it away, bro.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Stitcher,
And all that other shit.
Also follow us on all of our social platforms as you do not want to miss our daily content on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all that other shit. And we will see you guys next Tuesday at P&I, baby.
Yeah. Are we still
I'm
in?
caps lock different. It's facts, not fiction. Should I black out for real? Then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move that is flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by.
Is this
It's
over?
first on the slate, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip, and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop. Snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she trying to grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots ahead. He passed my limit. Here you go. He has us with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see him. I got bad eye vision. Y'all